adventurers, and welcome to the 113th episode of Dirty 20 Evening of Laughter, Drama and Adventure. We call it D&D Podcast, as I, your Dungeon Master for the evening, and I'm once again joined by my colourful cast of characters. As you can see, Mitch is not with us right now. He is currently indisposed, but hopefully should be with us later on. Otherwise, we've got everyone here. Everyone's back and ready to go again. Before we jump into the game proper today, we're obviously going to do our round of shout outs and all those fun things. So, Maya, would you like to go first?
Why not? Hi, I'm Maya. I sometimes stream over on my channel, Animaya. It's been a bit dead recently, but hopefully sometime in the near future I'll get back into it and maybe play a little bit of Phasd, a bit of Genshin. Come along, it's pretty fun.
Thank you very much for that wonderful shout out there. Hopefully it's going to work. Is it going to work? The command doesn't work. There we go. It took a little bit of time. Sam, how about you? What are you up to?
Yeah, Laura. Sam JKP on YouTube and Twitch. As always, Pokemon and stuff. But also, we're going to be playing some Phasd. Going to be playing some Monster Prom. Going to be playing some Sucker for Love. It's going to be great.
Sucker for Love.
No, but yeah, come and follow, or I don't know.
Or don't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a threat.
Or
I
don't,
don't know where you live yet.
Yet.
That's what I'm here for.
I just realised something rather inconvenient.
Oh no, the sound's not been on.
No, it's not that. Mitch isn't here.
Oh no.
Which does mean... Go on, Jay.
Get your balls ready for the balls in the ball sky! Star balls! Do you like pointy triangles coming in, invading your planets, probing you, putting things inside you, up inside... Eels, space eels,
up inside you.
Space eels up inside you. Well, I've got a show for you. Honestly, we do not condone remote explosives in places where the sun don't shine, but it happens. It sometimes happens, and it's a great show. You've got fellas like Mitch, who's not here. He is doing the illustrious DMing. I have to throw that word in somewhere. And you also got the likes of Ewan and Sam, both illustrious in every way possible. They'll be blasting their way across the galaxy, warming their tootsies and toes on Hoth. And I'll be there. Mooning some planet, I'm sure. Getting some balls out.
I'm very sure that is exactly what will happen.
And it happens Mondays. Mondays, 7 p.m. bullshit time.
Yes.
Oh.
Bullshit time. That's the official term for
BST, yeah?
Okay, fair enough. That actually makes sense. Thank you for those shout-outs. In addition to those
Whenever Jay does that,
other channels, we have a Discord which you can join to be updated in some of the stuff that we do outside of our normal game, along with maps and handouts and all that fun stuff that the players see. So if you want to engage with that part, make sure to join there.
Whenever Jay does that, it's like multi-universe TV from Rick and Morty.
It's just that way.
It is.
My brain goes.
I'm demanding adverts now in the middle of the break.
I got ants in my eyes! Ants in my eyes! Oh my god, I've had the ants in my eyes!
Before we get into the game, is there anything else anyone would like to announce or anything of that regard?
I may stream. I may stream. Maybe. It's a maybe.
Well, I hope you do.
What would you stream?
Kenshi.
Of course, we knew it was going to be.
Well,
before we launch into a barrage of lore on Kenshi, let's dive into today's episode of Dirty 20. Hello, sorry about that. Technical issues already. So, previously on Dirty 20, the confrontation approaches. With now less than a month to the estimated invasion, time is a luxury not easily afforded. Having found the Oracle, Eredhel was granted the chance to unite two broken halves, but that was the start of their offered gifts. You were offered the chance for mental training to help prepare you against the fight with the Illithid. However, the price was high, a 10-day-long training period. After much deliberation, you decided to stay and train. In the lead-up, you made sure to contact all your allies and begin the final preparations, including asking those that could help to meet you in Deep Bay. With that, the training began. It was an intense 10-day period involving hours of meditation, intrusive attempts to control your minds, and forceful attempts putting you face to face with the elements. You hated about yourselves. But in the end, you were all better for it, as you emerged on the final day, stronger of mind and more defensible against psionic attacks. With but just a 10-day before the estimated invasion, it was time to make a seemingly final choice. Looking to the northern lands of Shrazkyst, the Scaleskin territories, you decided to meet with Rai and Vargaz on the border, in an attempt to potentially gain an ally in both the Kingdom of Daphid and the Basques of Shrazkyst. And with that, Ferra Carta is where we pick up. So, the Abbey of the Oracle begins to fade from view as Gaiak and the giant eagle swoop high into the cloudy sky, daring to fly north. You estimate the journey to the border to take around 2 days, combining the hours of flight and the eventual walking by land. As you eventually pass over the mountains that hug the coastline, you're once again swooping over the vast flatlands that make up much of the countryside of Daphid. Stretches of winter-still farmland laying in wait for the seeding of spring. The stars of the night sky fail to penetrate the overcast, but the ground below imitates the sky. Dots of light indicate the presence of countless hamlets, towns and villages that dot the plains, each of them filled with folk with very little knowledge of what is to come. Used to the biting cold air, you fly on without issue, only met by the occasional flock of bats that flap harmlessly in the night. Eventually, there's need to land, ushering the rest of you out of the lamp. But the journey continues. In this period of time, as you begin to approach the border, you've got an opportunity to do anything you would like to do as a final preparation before you arrive at the borders. Is there anything you'd like to do in this time?
I want to have a really brief conversation with Gaiak.
Sure, well, we can say that on one of the... so, basically, you left the Abbey of the Oracle, on the evening of the final day of your training to save time. So, that first night you effectively flew through most of the night.
Yeah.
So, at the moment, we'd say, like, if we're on kind of that period of day, it's probably be a time where you're making up the walking through.
Yeah.
Making up time walking, or resting, whatever your decision there is.
Yeah. So just while we're walking, Eredhel's gonna kind of like do like a half jog up to where Gaiak is, and like just get his attention. Gaiak,
Yes.
can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
You know, we're going to Shrazkyst.
That is the goal, yes.
I was just curious about something. I was wondering, I don't want to phrase this wrong. Why do you dislike Sindri so?
For one, I spoke to Brenna, and the way she described him, so arrogant, and he hasn't changed at all despite the people that he left behind, the mistakes that he made. He's still so infuriating.
But you disliked him before that. What is it about him that annoys you?
Let me ask you this.
Hmm?
Give me one redeeming quality of Sindri.
He is incredibly intelligent and powerful. I'm not saying that's necessarily something to put him on the moral high ground.
I just can't find a single reason to like him. And knowing what his people have done to Storm's home, to who knows how many other people's homes, and how close they, or more, the fact that Moonvale is between the Golden Empire and here, I fear what may happen if we bring them here.
I suppose you're not used to toffs.
Not at all. I am. Well, I've met a few in my time, and luckily I never had to interact with them too much, but I just can't even fathom a reason to see Sindri as anything more than an obstacle or an enemy.
You can definitely see the similarities between him and my mother. There's definitely something about the Golden Empire that makes people a little arrogant.
Why are you so keen on bringing the Golden Empire here?
It's not that I want to bring the Golden Empire here. Not that in the slightest. I'd like to avoid it if possible. I just feel that Sindri is a wealthy resource that's being underutilized. We don't even know what he wants. Can't imagine we'll like it, but it couldn't hurt to ask.
I agree that maybe we should hear him out, but there has to be another way, another option, other than just allowing them here. I understand it would likely win us this battle easily, but I fear for the aftermath. We know what they can do, what they have done.
You're quite right to consider it. Anyway, I was just curious.
What time of day is it?
It's like late at night.
So, yeah, we'll say that this is probably after that kind of first leg of journeying. We'll say that after you've had your period of flying and you're continuing to kind of now walk, it's probably like the very, very early hours of the morning. Like, you would probably be able to see the kind of the pink of the sky beginning to fade into view as the morning of the next day.
Okay. Are we, just so I have this right, are we resting, or are we just going to continue to push?
We're going to walk for like 2 hours and then rest, if that's right. Because then we
Okay.
don't want you and Storm to get exhausted.
Okay.
I think that was the decision. Okay. So, I'll open that up to anyone else as well. Is there anything that anyone else would like to do before before your apparent arrival.
I was going to suggest the rest, but if we're resting before we get there, just before we get there, then yeah, that's fine.
Before you arrive at the border.
Yeah, before. Yes.
I guess so we can like prepare, right? So we're at our best.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least like a short rest.
You said it was going to take 2 days anyway, so...
Yeah. So, just to clarify what you mean there, is in before you enter into the woods themselves, or like when you say rest before.
I mean like a short rest. A short rest, like an hour,
Okay.
an hour to survey the land, like the
I guess
the
we
border.
could have a short rest
Okay.
while we try and.
What's right in there?
Cool. Okay, I understand what you mean now. So, with that period of travel now out the way, the 2 days pass as the beginning of the 12th of Thor. You find yourselves seeing a distant tree line coming into view on the horizon, and as you get closer, following the worn cobbled path up this direction northward, you begin to see croppings against the tree line. A series of structures, and as the hour goes on, they get bigger, and you can see what appear to be a series of buildings, most likely homes, perhaps, that surround or kind of are within the close vicinity of a fairly small stone tower. And you can see this is probably maybe a mile away from the border where the actual tree line begins to grow thick. You can see as you get closer now that the trees begin to disperse and become a little less dense as it fades into the border of Daphid. But you can see where a large gushing river flows between the trees beyond. What would you like to do?
I want to have a brief see, is Aria and Eredhel kind of next to each other, or are they kind of staying the marching line?
Wherever, we're just walking as a group.
Yeah, I'd just turn back to kind of individually, maybe both of you close at the same time. I understand why, and you don't wish to be here too long. Like I mentioned before, if we can do this with ease and quickly, we will go here, Sindri out. I'm not completely
What do you
adverse to
think
it.
the artifact is?
Could be anything, really.
One
I don't-
question. I'm sorry.
Oh,
One question that I wanted to ask Alistair, actually. Do we know when the artifact was stolen?
No, I was only told it was taken a while ago. Question for the DM.
Yes.
Would I know how long the raid's been going on for? Is it like my entire life? I've been hearing about it.
I mean, there's always been disputes, but that in the growing maybe a year or so, you know that they've got a little more drastic. They're causing them more problems. It's not like a full-scale invasion, but it's, it gets to a point where people are struggling on the border.
Yes, there's always been high tensions between David and what's the place?
Shrazkyst.
Yes.
Shrazkyst, yes. However, recently the raids have been getting more frequent and more, I don't want to say violent, but more
Aggressive.
Yes.
So perhaps it was a recent thing.
It's either it was a recent thing or whatever was taken. We've only recently seen the effects of it. I don't know.
The
Can't
more
say.
the more recent it is, the higher chance we have of finding it.
Yes, that is true.
All I really can surmise from my time here on the Restless Coast is if it's a dispute amongst humans and non-humans. I imagined these people of Shrazkyst won't be easily swayed to prevent them.
Any leads on who took it?
Oh, that's why we're here. We're gonna try and get some leads, find out what it is, and then from there. I do have spells that can help. Mainly.
Just a question. Nobody speaks lizard here, do they? You speak lizard?
They speak Draconic.
Draconic, I thought.
That's a bit of a retcon.
I remember Thrisk saying they speak a language, Schlicksau.
Oh no, then I don't speak that.
Don't you have something where you can? Oh, that's reading, isn't it?
I can understand them, but I cannot speak it.
I see.
It's like a dialect thing, I assume.
Literal meaning of any spoken language, yes. I can understand them, but I cannot speak it back.
I suppose that'll have to do. We're meeting Ryan Vargas anyway, aren't we? So we'll have a translator.
Yes, which hopefully...
We don't know how long Vargas has been outside of Shrazkyst, so
Fair enough.
It's also, Frisk seemed to be away from Shrazkyst quite a while. He still knew the language. So.
I'm gonna kind of like survey the area, see if like there's a way to get across the river, like safely. Perhaps if there's any bridges, and then on the other side, if I can see like, I don't know.
So at the moment, you're a couple of miles away from the river. So you can hear that distant sound because of how quiet it is around here, and you do notice it is very, very quiet. And you can hear that distant sound of running water, and you can see even like in the position that you are that there is a change in density where the river is obviously winding through the woods. However, you're not there yet. So there's between you and the border is this what could be best described as a large hamlet or a small village, which is kind of built around this tower. And I'll say as you're having this conversation and continuing towards that direction, you can see that this stone tower has certainly seen better days. It is crumbled and surrounded by what appear to be farmland buildings. And as you kind of pick up on that, and you're getting closer in that direction, you can see that the fields around you, the fencing, any of like the stakes in the ground that would that hold vines and plant life up straight. The fields have been burnt and upturned, and now with a better look at the hamlet ahead of you, the thatched roofs appear to have fallen in, windows are shattered, and you can hear what feels like nothing other than the distant water and the occasional bird. It's a discomforting silence that lingers in the air.
May I suggest we set up camp quickly before crossing the
It's
river?
probably one of the raids.
I'm gonna go and look around, see if there's any people.
So you're going to head into the village. We'll say that you're like maybe 15 minutes away from the village at this point, as you've kind of been getting closer. And based on your disposition, I imagine you're not going straight in.
Yeah.
Probably avoiding it. But as you kind of are going to avoid it, that's when you pick up on these things, that you don't hear any civilians. You don't hear or see anyone.
Could I go with Eredhel, and I'll fly, have like a
course.
bird's eye view?
Yeah. As you fly up and begin to survey from above, you can see the city. Oh, not the city. Bloody hell. The hamlet itself. There's a small marketplace in the middle with a well. That's looks torched and smashed. And that's really where that tower is. But you don't see anyone. Eredhel, as you begin to head in, the faint scent of ash lingers in the air.
I'm gonna head towards the tower. See if
Sure.
there's an opening.
The door appears to have been battered in. You can see the wooden door itself is shattered in the middle, splintered off its hinges. That leads into like the ground floor of this tower. You can see some stairs going up, likely up to a second floor and then to the crenellated top. However, as you approached it from to go to the tower, you can see that it was like crumbled pretty badly. And as you look up, you can see where a portion of the top floor, where the crenellated tip is crumbled down and basically rubble.
Can I get any indication, like have a look around, see like what sort of person might have lived here?
Sure. Roll me an investigation check.
Yeah.
While Eredhel's doing that, I want to kind of like land on top of the building. Is there like what's
Okay.
up there?
What kind of building? The
Yeah,
tower
the
or
big tower.
building?
Yeah, I can think of the word.
Sure. As you land on the top, you can see kind of broken remains. There's a ballista that's split, like someone has cut through the wooden supports, and it's shattered on the ground. Eredhel, as you're searching through the bottom, you can see racks where weapons and stands where armour likely were held. As you take some time to look around this area, you predict it's probably a guard outpost. You've seen several of these on your journey when you... I believe you travelled by road at one point. Otherwise you would have seen it from above anyway. That said, you were in the lamp. Either way, you can kind of get the gist that this is definitely some kind of outpost of David design, obviously. But there are no guards. You're not seeing any bodies. But as you look around, you do see... You do see what appear to be large gash marks in the masonry of the stone, particularly around the door frame. It could be from a weapon, it could be from a large beasted creature with claws. With your 17, I'll say that as you're looking around that front, bottom floor, you hear something clatter as you step forward, and you look down and you can see that you've kicked something near the entrance. And as you bend down to look at it, you can see that it looks about this size. Looks to be like a tooth.
I'm gonna pick it up. Do I
Whatever it's from, it's a large creature.
recognise it?
Roll me a nature check.
Oh dear, nature.
Just want to say while this is going on, I want
Wow,
to be...
17.
As if.
Okay, so I'm just going to answer her roll first, and then we'll see what everyone else is doing. So you look at the tooth. It's very clearly carnivorous. You're not sure entirely what the creatures are like in this area, but it's got it's quite a thick tooth. It's not like bare teeth, which I would say that you kind of feel like it comes from something with a yes, kind of fairly. I'd say it's serrated as well, and that's what you're going to pick from it. The exact creature that it is, you're not sure, but it's not like a tooth of a creature that you've seen on the Isles.
Right, okay. I'm going to take the tooth, I'm going to call Gaiac back down, and then I'm going to head back towards the group and ask any of them if they know what it is.
When we're on the
So
walk
as you-
back, I'll have a little look at it as well.
Well, before you're on the walk back,
Okay.
we'll just see what everyone else is doing. So, is there anything else anyone would like to do? Alistair, you said you
I was
chatted
gonna
up about something.
Say while this is going on, I just want to be like on the outskirts of like this little village or guard outpost,
Mhm.
and try and, for whatever way, see if it was like, if there's any like markings of, oh, this was done by this folk, or if this was done by something else in a way, but either
Okay.
leading in or leading out of the guard post.
Right, roll me a perception check on this, I think.
Okay, section. Ah, 9.
Alright. Yeah, unfortunately, as you look around, you don't see anything, particularly from the exterior of the outpost. But as you meet with the road that would have led straight into the outpost itself, you can see there is a broken sign on the ground, literally like a wooden sign that has kind of been splintered across, and it says this on it, and where it's and where kind of the dashes is where the wood breaks. I'm just going to put that in the chat on Twitch.
Yeah.
Woodsbow.
It's both.
Inspiration, but for wood.
That is what you find. Would anyone else like to do something?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a little step up to the river bank.
So the riverbank is beyond the woods, so
it's
that's
still
a mile away
still
from
a mile.
here.
I think we thought we were close.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
okay.
Yeah, you're only really just seeing like the wood line. You can see, or at least hear where there is. You can hear the running of water
Right, yeah.
within the woods over there. It carries across the plains.
I'm gonna listen out just in general, just to kind of hear if I can. It's kind of hear anything. Look around is we surrounded by woods? Did you say this little hamlet, or is it?
So the
it's
hamlet
far away?
is like on the plains,
Plains. Oh, it's on the
but a
plains, yeah.
mile away is where the woods go from horizon along the horizon line from your left all the way
So
to your
yeah,
right.
I couldn't be able to see if we were being looked at from any kind of tree line or anything. Then yeah.
I mean, you could certainly try.
Yeah,
It would be
I'll
exceptionally difficult, but you
Can I
could certainly
assist
try.
with that? If I was gonna do the
Go
same.
right ahead. Yeah. Roll a perception check.
Didn't need it.
Lot 17.
Yeah, you try to look across the line, because of the lighting at this part of the day, like it is dawn basically now. The wood line is very, very dark. You can see where the density of the trees change, but beyond that point, you just see darkness. There are times where you think you see something, but you can't be sure. It could just be foliage. It is a very long way off to really spy properly, especially with just your raw eyes.
Yeah. Anyone found anything?
I found this. I'm gonna like hold the tooth out so that everybody can see it. Any ideas?
I'll read some nature checks if any of you would like to
I'll give it a go.
check.
Hmm.
Okay.
I
It's quite a big tooth. I don't think it
Seems
would
big
fit in
for-
a lizard tooth. It's like this big. Yeah.
Size of a hand. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guidance my roll.
Okay.
Hey.
All right. Nice.
I've been really listening to Thrisk's tales.
Yes.
So, in which case, yeah, Storm, you pick up on the same things as Eredhel.
Yeah. Big
It's
carnivore.
obviously some large creature, probably a carnivore. Guy, when you look at the tooth, you think about the region that you're in, and recount any tales that Thrisk might have told you over the period of time that you knew him. And you also come to very similar conclusions. It is a reptilian... Oh. Well, it is a large carnivorous tooth, and you believe it to be reptilian. You're not entirely sure why, but the way that it looks makes it seem like it is reptilian in nature. And based on its length and its girth, it's probably from a long-snouted creature.
Okay.
You're fairly sure you remember towers. You don't necessarily remember what the creature is called, but you know that they're... you remember likely... in fact, you actually do remember a story of Thrisk telling you about the political climate of the swamp, and he specifically referred to alligators.
Oh my god, I did say
Okay.
that's perfect.
Who knew that over 2 years ago, when you made just a
throwaway line.
a throwaway line, it would be used to confirm information.
I'm glad that you said alligator, because I was literally racking my brain. I was like, what's a fucking
Long-snouted
reptile with a long snout? I was thinking of like a dog creature, but like reptile.
Dog.
I was like, is there a D&D monster like that?
This is proof that Ewan writes down everything we say.
He does. Wow.
He knows all.
But yeah, as I'm kind of holding it, I'll recount the tale that Thrisk told me. It's not much to go on, but that's all I have.
I mean,
Is it big?
it's been a pretty big alligator if it
From
done this. Yeah.
from what he said, they were humongous.
Great. Well, we've got that to look forward to. Shall we continue?
Yes. I think we should make it to the river. If it's here's
I agree.
sort of running river, then rest up. Maybe I am not able to get in contact with Rai or Vargas now. But you could, Alistair, yes? Oh, you.
It's been a day since we've done all our sendings,
Yeah.
hasn't it? Yeah, I can tell them that we're going to be along the river. I can tell them that we're going to be along the river,
Perfect.
probably east, where they are, or near the sea, probably.
Hmm.
Yeah,
West.
so I'll... West. Is it?
Perfect. Let's make
Yeah.
tracks.
North, east.
Yes,
South.
yes, west. Yes. Alright. Whilst we're walking, I'm gonna just send a sending spell to probably Rai, because I don't want to get threatened by Vargas again. To basically, yes, we're gonna be along the river that is in us. I can't remember the name. Scaleskin territories. We're gonna be by one of the outposts. And then send it off to Rai. Now I'll say the name of the... Would I know the name of the outpost or not?
I don't know, do you?
Probably not.
Woodsbow.
Woodsbow, yeah.
Let's go.
I'm glad you added that like last little section in, because you were
Been
about
anywhere.
to get a response of there is over 1,500 miles of river. Where the fuck am I meant to meet you? Okay. So you send the message off as you begin that walk. You do get a response. Ah, you mean Woods Point? That's where we That's where we entered from a few days ago.
I'll send a message back. Yes, that's we're gonna be by the closest point of the river to that outpost.
Okay, we will meet you there. That'll be the end of the message.
Sweet.
Okay, so with that, you continue towards the precipice of the woods. Eventually, as the sun begins to rise properly, you find yourself approaching the trees, becoming more dense, as the sound of the river ahead becomes louder. You can still see the outpost. It's not, again, it's only a mile away. You can see it on along the horizon line. What would you like to do as you find yourself coming upon where this river is?
See if we can cross it.
I'm gonna grab a stick and see how deep it is.
All right. As you approach through the tree line, you can see that there's kind of like clusters of trees, and then you find yourself pushing through the undergrowth where the sound of the river finally gets a lot louder, and you can see that beyond this kind of like underbrush, the river is now ahead of you. It is fairly wide. It's kind of like the only way I can really describe it properly, it's kind of like the width of like the Thames or the Severn. It's a chunky one. So as you kind of approach it with your stick to check the depth, you're kind of a little it'll be like sticking it into the Thames.
Okay, so it just keeps going.
Yeah, you I mean, you hit like a bank near your feet, unless you fly over into the river. Its best gauge is maybe 2.5 to 250 foot across, likely. It's kind of shortest width. Where you are.
I don't think we can walk across. I mean, I can fly. Is there any large sea creature that anybody can polymorph into?
Well, I was just gonna say, standing near the river's edge is probably not the brightest idea, considering there was a giant crocodile attack.
Yes, in
less than a mile
hindsight.
away. But,
You were to can I have a little view? How do you reckon it's further than 120 feet? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Potentially could do that. Yes, it could transport us over. The creature that can traverse this.
I think that might be our best bet.
You'd have to give me some time, though. I need to recuperate. That rest I was talking about, not much longer than an hour or so. It's just time to wait for Ryan Vargas to make their way over here as well.
sounds like a plan. If we are taking a break or a short rest whilst we're doing it, I would just want to take Aria to one side. Just have a little chat with Aria.
All right, so you're beginning to set up a sort of encampment for the evening. Well, technically, it's not the evening. It's the beginning of morning. But as you're like within the trees here, this isn't like very swampy or boggy at the moment. Though you can feel like the ground is slightly mushy. But the the coverage of the trees, the canopy, does keep it fairly dim and dark, even as the light begins to rise. So I just want to clarify: are you making an encampment here near the bank, or?
I thought we're just gonna take like a short rest, sort of just.
Oh, just a
Short
short
rest, short rest. Yeah. Just
Okay. Alright, so you set up a small space, just relax for the moment. You head over to Aria. So just before you do, just to put it into perspective, the width of the river where you are stood at the moment is about 3 to 4 times the width of the River Thames. It's 200 foot across.
I was gonna do a little thing in the river, but I'll definitely get eaten.
Do it.
Yes.
So, what would you like to do?
I'm just gonna take Aria to one side. I would just like catch her if when she's on her ones. So just be like, Aria, I meant to tell you before we left or during a journey, but I just didn't find the time, the right place to say. But when we're doing the sending, I obviously sent a message to Ayfly. He wants to speak with you again. Preferably in person, so he's probably gonna be apparently in Deep Bay with everyone else.
They will have finally come, huh?
You don't sound too pleased about the information.
I mean, I know he wants to speak to me, but I don't know how I'm gonna feel in the moment. I'll have to wait and see.
Why is that? Like, obviously there's confused feelings there. Don't get me wrong, I understand that, but I mean,
Because sorry,
no, go ahead. It's your story.
as I mentioned this to Eredhel the other night, I understand why he did what he did, so I can't exactly be mad at him, but there's still that time, all that time, where he could have come to see me and he didn't. So I have very mixed feelings about the whole thing, and I honestly don't know how I'm going to react when I actually see him.
It's understandable. But through the very brief conversations I've had with him, especially when I sent him the message, he seemed desperate to talk to you, so he obviously still does care. Like, there's no question about that. I just didn't want you to go to Deep Bay and then just be blindsided by him just suddenly being there.
No, thank you for telling me. Gives me a deadline to kind of think about what I wanted to say. So, thank you.
You shouldn't think about what you're going to say. If I'm gonna just let it happen, I guess. If you think about what you're going to say and then you can't say it, it's just going to hide and ruin your true feelings towards the matter.
I will learn how to listen.
Yes, I'm gonna put my 2 pence into this situation. You don't have to listen to this, but through that 10-day training you did, we obviously saw what we feared the most and what we hate the most about each other. One thing I noticed is, even though I didn't have the best relationship with my family, I still somewhat cared for them. And I only realized that when someone pried into my mind and I was banned from my hometown, so I'll never be able to see them again. I just don't want you to, if you do have those feelings, not ruin it, but damage it beyond repair.
I understand. He has a lot he probably wants to say anyway. I don't really have much that I want to ask. So I would hear him out and take it from there. I don't know if I will ever hate him for lying to me. But that's... I appreciate what you're trying to say.
Yes, like I said, you don't have to listen to it. I don't know the ins and outs of the situation. I'm just...
Of course. Thank you for your concern.
No worries. Yeah. That's it.
Alright. So as you have this conversation by the river, you're able to take your short rest. Nothing happens to you in this time. What do you wish to do now? Feeling slightly rested as dawn begins to break.
Eredhel's gonna go over to the river. She's gonna try and see if she can do one of her psychic teleportation things. She just realizes that she's lost that ability.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you was going to attempt to do it and just fucking teleport from the middle of the river.
Yeah, you attempt to summon it, but nothing happens. It went to those buff muscles.
Pumped with psychic juice.
On the psychic roids.
Storm's just going to be finishing up when at the hour, just like closing up his books after he's just sat like cross-legged, going through his grimoire.
What'd you call it?
It's a book, grimoire, isn't it?
A
Grimoire.
grimoire?
I don't know.
No,
I
no,
don't know how
it's
you say it.
grimoire.
Isn't that what it's called, a grimoire?
Yeah, it's called a grimoire, yeah.
Guys, he's the one with 20 intelligence. Don't try and one up him, yeah?
What do you think? What do you think I said?
No, you said it right.
Exactly what
You
you
said grimoire.
Yeah.
Did I say it wrong?
Yeah, it's grimoire.
Oh, it's a grimoire. Oh, I thought it was a grimoire. This is fucking granite. Take things for granite. Granite.
I'm gonna kind of look at Gaiac and then like look at the river and then look back at Gaiac and then back at the river.
I'm gonna look at Eredhel. Look at the river. No, I just cut. I'm just. I feel like there's a social cue I should be picking up here, but I'm not quite getting it.
Oh, we have a problem in that we cannot walk through the river.
I'm not sure how tapped Storm is, but if he could polymorph into something that can cross it, then the other option is I could try and fly you across, but if I drop you, that is not my fault.
What are you trying to say?
I'm gonna kind of take a few steps back.
You can literally see Sam and Gaiac merging into one there.
Armor is very heavy.
Eredhel looks down at her leather vest and baggy trousers.
All that schmeat.
Oh, what that took me so much.
Look, if Kensei had wings, I'm sure.
I'm
we
gonna
would be
walk past
fine.
and like tap him on the shoulder and be like, "It's all right, big man. Don't worry. I know you can't handle the muscles."
I feel dirty after that conversation, so I'm gonna go wash my talons in the
You
water,
awesome.
in the Shrazkystian water.
Oh my god.
Probably be
that's funny.
dirtier after.
As I
but-
walk past Gaiak, I'm gonna go up to Storm as he's looking in his grimmer.
Like Grimoire. Canon now.
That there Grimmer.
There, Grimmer. Would you be able to possibly turn into a bird?
It was my plan. I wasn't going to go in that river. You know, me and water and creatures. Don't
Oh,
really
yes.
like water creatures. Much rather fly us over. Yes, I can do that.
Could you carry us all?
Well, I certainly carry a few of you and make the trip back easily. Yes, shouldn't take.
Let's go. Let's go.
You ready?
I'm very
Yep.
glad this is the option because my strength is a 1.
Pussy.
So,
Alright, so what you doing?
Right. Pack up all my things and gesture whatever. Okay. Right. Probably only take 1 per talon. Maybe 1 on the back. I think maybe 3 at a time.
How large is the giant eagle?
It's a large creature, I believe.
If it's large,
Yeah.
you'll be able to carry 1 at a time.
1. Let me just check. Is it large or huge? Probably large. Yeah. Oh, so 1 person at a time. Yeah.
while Storm's ferrying them, I'll just be kind of flying quite high over the middle of the river, just seeing if anything breaks the surface. If I can see it, you know.
Sure,
just
roll
keep
me a
watch.
perception.
Okay, I'll
check.
guidance that.
With the 10, you look down. As you look at the water, and you noticed earlier when you washed your dirty talons in there, the water is almost completely opaque. It is completely brown. You do not see anything below the water surface.
Looks
So
like
very much like
Coca-Cola.
the Thames.
Mm-hmm.
You do see like elements where the water swells slightly, almost as if like there might be something there, but you can't tell. It could just be the natural current. Yep, that's what you're gonna get. I'm afraid you
Okay.
don't see anything.
I'll just keep an eye.
Sure.
I was
So you are
strike my blade.
ferrying everyone across.
Yeah, and I'll shift my form into giant eagle. And
Okay.
while I'm ferrying people around, I would also like to just have a look, even my improved eagle eyes. I want to survey over the morning sun if the sun is starting to cast some light. I don't know.
Just something that I would like to kind of assist with the whole perception check thingy. Can I see if there's any like animals or birds around this area?
Sure. Roll me a perception check. And you do one as well, Storm.
Yep. Yeah, I get a whole bonus on my. I think I roll with the what's it called? +2
Ooh.
wisdom.
Yeah, you.
Take the eagles.
Eredhel, you don't see anything of particular, no. I mean, you do see like some animals and bugs, but nothing jumps out at you as being particularly like nothing jumps out at you as like catching your attention.
Cool.
All right, so that's an 18.
I think. Hold on. This when this is skills perception +4. Do I still add that to the +2 of the wisdom modifier?
No,
So
that's
okay.
that's
It's
a
just
skill.
so we added with the
total.
wisdom. Yeah. So it's a 16.
Yeah, so 16. Okay. So you keep an eye out as you begin to ferry people over. As you rise up to the tree line, you can see that now, like, obviously behind you can see the plains, but ahead of you the forest just goes on and on and on. The trees become darker and have more of a swampy vibe to them, but the canopy is thick, you cannot see through it, but you don't see anything in the sky either. Deary me. But over the period of likely 20 minutes or so, you can one by one bring each of the group across from one side to the northern side of the river. As each of you touch down, you can feel your feet sinking into the ground. It is very, very marshy and boggy here. The soil is incredibly oversaturated with water, and every step is a like it. You are pulling your boots out as you walk. It is not fun. But eventually, Storm, you carry over the last person, whoever that may be, as all of you eventually are now on this side of the river. Bayford now along to the south.
As I'll pop out of my polymorph. Kind of look at my feet in the mud. I highly doubt anyone pilgrimaging from the Junelands took anything of this back. Ugh.
Bet you wish you wore shoes now. And then I'm gonna like trudge on through the mud.
It's nothing like a bit of moisturizer.
Be very good for your skin.
Not
Kinda
so good for the fur though.
Laughs through a grimace, a grill with a grimace. Yes.
So we're meeting Ryan Vargas here, right? Are we gonna stay here, or should we try and like walk along the river?
Do we know what direction they're coming from?
We can send them a message saying we're gonna go. Guessing we're going east.
I would
along the
imagine.
river. So I can send them a message saying we're going to be heading east.
I think it would be good to stay along the river, because then we know that if there's some encampments here, they might be likely raiding parties.
They believed where we were meeting them at the woods. What did you say, Alistair? The woods point?
I said we were at the nearest point of the river to
Directly
Woods Point.
north of Woods Point, I guess. Which is, I guess, I assume a little bit further down.
I guess we'll just wait for Ryan Vargas then.
Send them. Yeah.
Alright. So, in which case then, you settle down and begin to wait for your companions to find you. So, you do wait for a while. They are, as far as you're aware, nowhere near where you were. You wait for 3 hours before. Who has the highest? I believe it is Aria. It is, but Eredhel also has a pretty high passive perception. So the two of you begin to hear like the distant sound of beating wings.
Oh shit. Immediately looking up, see if there's anything in the sky.
Alright, roll me a perception check.
Can I assist with that before we do? Yeah.
Make it right ahead.
27.
Oh,
well, not
big.
20 with the assist.
29.
Oh yeah, could assist, yeah.
Worried about what that might mean, you clamber up one of the nearest trees, which is slick with moisture, as you head through the branches up to the top of the canopy. As you kind of breach the top and look out above the tree line, you can see this dark figure in the sky above, moving across the skyline.
But do you see something up
And-
there? Oh, sorry.
you see what appears to be a humanoid eagle
Okay.
flying through the sky, and they seem to be circling.
Do I have? I am going to use like minor illusion and just kind of try and make like a little flash effect.
Okay.
And wave as well.
Oh my god, I've got my dice in a really weird position. I could just like knock it and it just rolls. I don't really know how else to describe it. It's just sort of weird, whatever. Yeah, you make a flash of light and you can see that the circling changes. And this figure begins to descend towards you.
As this is happening, I'm gonna like climb up through the canopy is very different.
Canapes.
Yep. Canapes,
I'll
right?
have some little canapes on my way up, you know.
Can you get me one? Thank you.
You know, but I mentioned there's white scaled flying creatures in this area. I read in a book.
As what I assume is Rye is like flying down, I'm gonna fly up as fast as I can and try and like collide with her and give her a big hug,
Alright, so as you
break her neck.
like launch out of the tree line and begin to fly up towards her, as you crash into each other, she falls down, hits the river, gets eaten and dies instantly.
Oh wow.
Well done.
You fly up and she kind of dives towards you and you do kind of collide in this mid-air collision, eventually kind of like righting yourself, being held aloft by your wings. Gaiac, I was not sure I'd see you again.
Well, I've kept my promise so far, so
Good, good.
where is...
I can see you and your friends are alive. I take it all of them are?
Yes, so far. Where's Vargas?
Further up the river. I thought I would scout ahead to see where you were first.
Fine. We should, I'll take you down to the others.
Good. I will, I'll come down with you, but I must make it back to Vargas. She is alone.
Of course, I'll come with you, just in case.
She
Just nice to
like,
fly
flies
with
down
Ryan.
to kind of like see where you guys are. She waves at you. You can see her through the trees, and she kind of hovers above where the water is. Are you going with her, Gaiac?
Yeah, I just want to fly with her, to be honest.
Sure. So, having kind of made herself known to the rest of you, the two of you begin to fly eastward up along the river. For you guys waiting, nearly an hour passes again, as you wait for the two to arrive. Gaiac, you fly with her. You fly fair ways up the river, as it kind of winds and weaves around the trees and the terrain. Eventually, you can see this form swimming in the river below.
Of course she is.
Almost like crocodilian, almost like definitely reptilian, moving through the river. That sort of like waving spine motion. As Rye points down, oh, there she is, and begins to fly down and hover over the river.
I'll descend with her so that. You know.
Okay. So in that moment, for you, Gaiac, another half an hour of journeying as you fly in the air alongside where Vargas swims. Eventually, you make it back to where the rest of the group are. So those of you can hear that beating of wing again, and then you see like the sloshing of water as something like rises out of it, and it is Vargaz, like slightly coated in a thin layer of mud. She shakes herself slightly, and mud splatters off. Well, most of it does. Some still remains on her scales. And she trudges through the trees towards you. Ryan, Gaiak both descend through canopy.
Ah,
Alright.
Vargas. Right,
Good to see you both.
well.
And good to see all of you as well.
How long have you been in Shrazkyst now?
We have been in the woods for 2 or 3 days, I believe.
I don't suppose you've maybe heard any disturbances, particularly between this territory and Dayford? Anything like that?
Of course, we had conversations about it.
I've got a question. When I mentioned the outpost, you said it was Woods Point. How did you know the name?
We passed through there a few days ago.
And it was fine?
Yes, what do you mean?
It's pretty much been raided and burnt to the ground.
What?
Well, we
Eredhel?
stopped by in there and it didn't look good. I'm gonna kind of rummage in my pocket and like pull out the tooth. We found this there.
I'm guessing it was some of the people that live here then.
It was fine when we passed through.
What can you tell us about the raids? What is it that they're looking for?
Asking the wrong people. We haven't even been here.
So you haven't met any of the locals yet?
Not at all.
Apparently, David stole some sort of artifact from them. We have been tasked with finding it.
Well, we've seen some of the local wildlife. Bears.
Yeah.
Bears. Alligators, but not any sentient people.
Interesting. We've heard there have been incursions against David. I'm not sure where all the populace are then.
Well, the lands are huge. We've not travelled very far.
Surely, if there is settlements, there would be something by a source of water if we follow the river.
Would make sense.
We've been up east. We've not found anything.
Nothing at all. Strange.
But
How are they getting to Dayford then to even perform these raids?
Question need answering for sure, because this is most peculiar.
I know it's a long shot, but I just want to cover all bases. Alistair,
Yes.
I'm assuming there have been survivors of these raids. It's definitely lizard folk.
How would you mean? Oh yes, I'm pretty sure lizard folk are the only ones in this territory capable of. I mean, you saw what Woods Point was like. If it was a wild attack, it was anything else. They wouldn't have set fire to it. Wildlife doesn't do that. It was a raid. It was planned. The fields were burnt. The roofs were burnt.
How about we follow this river in? Does it go deeper into, or is it just this
you want
way?
to follow it in the other direction?
Perhaps maybe deeper into the land.
Gayak, did Thrisk ever tell you of any settlements along the river or anything like that?
He only ever spoke of Zeros, which, according to Kelton, was a creature rather than a location. It was a name.
Oh.
Did they say they came from the east?
They came from the east. We're on the western side of the river.
Right.
So they
So they
basically
came from
scouted
this
most
way.
of the river, yeah.
I turned to Brian and Vargas. What did the terrain look like in the east? Did it look weird at all?
Not that I could say. Looks all like marsh to me.
Foresty, green, muddy.
Yes. We haven't gone too far north. When we did, we got lost. Ended up back at the river.
You haven't seen any settlements along the river at all to the east.
Not as far as we've gone, no.
Perhaps the lizard folk like to disguise themselves among the marshes.
I mean, that would make sense.
There's
Good
no
idea.
settlements at all to
Surely-
the east.
Surely they would have some sort of structures for
Perhaps, but
shelter, or
if they were made out of trees and logs and things like that, they would blend very well with the scenery, especially in dense forest.
Hold on, I have an
I-
idea. If we
Oh, you
don't
go.
want to get lost, I've got this, remember? He pulls out a compass
Oh, man.
and he opens up the compartment and takes the little splodge of the mud out from where we're
Okay.
standing and pops it in. And shuts it, and you watch as he moves around the location we picked the mud up. Ah, yes. The dials, like the large dial, it's like pinging towards where you got the mud. Yes,
That's a
it's
great
working.
idea.
Excellent.
If we go further into north, we always know where we're going. Back to this
I-
location.
I
Yes.
just want to bring this up because I remembered it because of where we are. A while ago, I read in a book that this was many hundreds of years ago, but there, it was rumored that a village near the border called Pinestoke froze over, and a large white creature was spotted in the sky. So I'm just saying, that might be why
It
we're
was
not
just lucky
seeing
this
any
folk.
settlements.
Oh, wait, you read that as well?
I read it in a book, yes.
I read it in a book as well. It said large white-scaled reptile seen in the sky above.
So
Hilton.
I think
But this was
so we have
13
a
or
eyes
13
on the
dragon
sky going
Does
forward,
that not
yes?
sound like a dragon, though?
That's what I'm
30.
suggesting, yes.
Oh,
Would we know about the anatomy of dragons and their breaths?
So we
in
fought
character?
one. It was fucked up, but it was still a dragon.
We'd know tales of dragons as well.
I'm just saying, would Alistair know that a white dragon would have ice breath, not fire breath?
You could make that conclusion, but
I'm not
education on
saying
dragons
we
is
just
not.
look out
very-
for it.
But I mean, I don't know. It might be worth keeping an eye on the sky. I also don't know how long dragons live for. This was several hundred years ago.
well, I think quite maybe possibly 670 years because this book I read dated back 30 years ago.
Really
The rumors.
specific.
30?
30, yes. When I was reading it, it dated back 30 years prior to now that there were rumors of sightings.
me and
Is
Skies.
there a
Forward.
capital
Right,
city of Shrazkyst, or they just live in the swamp and do whatever they want?
I mean, they're organising raids, so they must have a meeting area.
I guess lots to be
Just-
learned.
Instead of just standing here talking about the possibility of finding people, let's just carry
Go
on
find people.
Hey.
moving
Yeah.
up the river.
I
and actually
suggest
find
we
people.
head further into
No?
the woods. rather
Yes,
than along
same.
the river.
We have this compass. If we need to get back to the river, we know where we're going.
Great,
Okay.
let's go.
Let's go.
Start trudging in. Dig in.
I'm going to be keeping a sharp eye out for
Yes.
anything that looks like a house or like a little settlement or anything like that.
I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for just lizard folk in general. Any like humanoid things.
Okay. So just so you know, based on kind of one of the positions that you told me. Oh, it's not roll 20. As far as you're aware, you're at least like this sort of area.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
So was it fair to say Peacehold was the place we viewed, the tower? No, not the same place.
Since
Not
they
as
said
far as
anyway, we
you're
want to
aware.
be going this way.
Yeah,
Alright. So,
I was thinking here.
Yeah.
okay. So, finally regrouped with your companion of Vargas and Rai, hoping to find someone to touch base with here in Shrazkyst. You begin your travel through the swamp.
We go swamp.
We finally go
We
swamp!
finally go swamp.
We do go swamp, yes. So, what follows is a day of traversing the sticky, smelly bog, set on by flies and all manner of bugs that bite at the soft bits of your skin. As you push on, trudging, sloppy step after sloppy step, you begin to see the shifting of bogland animals moving within the underbrush. A snail, the size of a horse, that slinks slowly across mounds of rotting leaves. A herd of boar that crash through the trees in the distance, and long pythons that drape around the willow trees like rope rigging on a ship. As the day pushes on, you begin to get to a point of realizing that you are tired. You've been traveling, flying, and then walking, and now crossing the river and continuing on for an extended period of time, at least 8 hours now, as what you assume to be probably around midday, and the rare points that you can see the sky through the canopy, you expect it is about midday, but you are reaching your limit. What do you wish to do?
Right, Vargas. You've said you've been here for 3 days.
Yes, we have.
How did you rest without sinking into the mud?
I slept in the trees, Vargas. Slept in a numerous amount of places.
Should we set up camps? Are we able to set up hammocks in a way? Because I don't want to be sleeping in the mud.
Unless it says the same day, in which case you can't use it.
It is the same day that you
Okay.
use the lamp to rest.
Right.
Use the lamp to travel in. Actually, at this point. Okay, so
Isn't it-
actually, what would be the case here is
Isn't
that
it
some of
every
you.
8 hours?
Yes, so, but not all of you have been in the lamp. So, how... Oh, fuck, he's not here. How long can you be in the lamp before you need to... Before it needs to before you came out. Actually, that's a question for Storm, really, because that was based on your
It was on
slots.
so my slots. So I think it was 6 hours of flight.
Okay.
Let me just double check though. I think it was 6. Yeah, 6 hours.
Okay. So, you guys have definitely hit your point. The rest of you will have been travelling for... It would be... So the rest of you actually have technically 6 hours of walking left. Like, of travelling before you'd need to start rolling for, like, exhaustion. Storm and Gaiac, you are now hitting the point where you need to begin to make constitution rolls for every hour. What would you like to do at that point then? So some of you are fresh, but the wizard and the birdman are not doing too well.
If there's any where we can rest, I would appreciate it, but
Could we take another short rest?
It's not enough. It has to be a long rest.
Right.
Let's just set up hammocks. It's better that they're both rested and we're a full party going into somewhere that we don't know.
Yep.
Okay. It's good to know. So, as you set up your camp, using what you have to either magically summon or build yourself hammocks that stretch between the branches of these willow trees over the sinking boggy water and earth below. You're able to set them up. Is there anything you'd like to do before you find an attempt at rest this evening?
we're gonna organize watches.
Synchronized watches.
I will set up an alarm. Can't get like that. Spool out magical lightning spool and take it around the perimeter of where we're camped.
If we are organizing watches, I'll take the last.
Yeah, so I think it's best if you and Storm take the last.
Yes, you two go
you're
last.
Tired.
I'm not very tired. Kensei, do you want to come on watch with me? Alright, we can say do first watch.
I'll be on the second watch with whoever.
That'll be me.
And then last watch, Gaiac and Storm.
Sounds good.
Sounds good, yes.
Lucky Zuko gets a full rest, huh?
Okay.
He's very quiet today.
So he should be reflecting on his actions.
Yes.
So, just to run through it quickly again. So, Arya can say first.
Ariane can say our first, yes.
Okay. Alright, so we'll just take it one at a time. So, the rest of you find some space to sleep in. As Arya can say, even though it is the middle of the day, you do feel fairly rested yourself. You need your two friends to be at a reasonable point for them to be useful to you right now. So as they and perhaps the rest of the party find some sleep, you are able to take your watch. Is there anything you'd like to do with your watch?
Do you want a perception check from us?
Yes, please.
Do that first. Shablam! 16.
Kablowy!
Oh, you do better than me.
24, 16, nice. Okay. So, you spend your watch looking out. You don't see or hear anything that sounds dangerous to you. You're fairly confident that everything is okay as the watch goes on. Nothing happens in your watch.
Well, once we've got a fair amount of calm, or like we're fairly reassured that it's calmed down, Kensei's gonna practice his calligraphy again.
Okay, you take out your equipment and begin to practice that.
I'll kind of
Careful not to splatter mud on it.
perch next to him. What are you doing?
I'm practicing my something I haven't done in a while. Actually, I'm practicing my writing.
What do you write? Is it a poem?
How do I put this? Sometimes, yes.
Is it really?
I mean, you can try to read it if you like.
I can always cast a spell and I'd be able to read it anyway.
Damn, I was going to hand it to you in Parisian as well.
Ah, what a shame. Well, what is the poem about?
Well, this particular one isn't a poem, it's just... It's something the warrior caste of my clan were encouraged to do. It's you get this again, like it's he's doing that thing again where like he's trying to choose his words very carefully.
Yeah.
So as not to
But
trigger.
don't strain yourself, you know.
My old master, he used to stress that practicing with a brush was important for swordcraft.
Ah. Kind of, there's delicate strokes.
Ah, God, I have to ask just in case. He wants to tell her about what specifically he said.
Okay. Believe. Let me just double check, but I believe it's a wisdom save. If that's what you're specifically trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, yeah, wisdom save, please.
Oh no.
Oh, baby. Oof. Baby.
Yeah.
My master, my lord, he used to
Doryu?
say...
Is that his name? Doryu?
He kind of you say that to him and he can't quite get the words out, but he forces a nod
Yep.
of approval.
Oh, yep, carry on.
He once said to me that painting and calligraphy were like swordplay. You cannot take back a stroke of the brush any more than you can take back a stroke of the sword.
That's true.
I think, honestly, towards the end of his life, he preferred art.
I would like to see some Parisian art. I bet it's very, very nice.
As she says that, I'm gonna get a fresh piece of paper from my little file and see if I can do some, just draw a Parisian character for, yeah, I'm gonna draw I'll tell you what, if I succeed, I'll tell you what it says.
I mean, I don't think you have to do anything for that, right? I mean, you're just writing in...
Well, it's one of those, like, you know those, you see like those banners in like, like samurai movies and such, where they're like held up along the back.
Yeah.
And it's usually like a phrase or something that means a particular concept. It's something like he's trying to go for something like that, where it's simple but still artistic, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you need to roll for that.
Okay. He draws a character, and he hands it over to you. There you go. You can have that one.
Oh, thank you, Gitsy. What does it mean?
Quirky.
Quirky. Going to make a note of that. Just before we, move on, and obviously if you're comfortable, I don't think I've actually tried identifying your mask. I know we know it's magical, but I don't think I've actually tried to identify it. Would you be up for that?
I don't know what it will accomplish. I know what it does, but
Help us
If you don't-
understand.
if you wish.
Okay, I'm gonna get out my pearl. And I'm gonna spend 10 minutes and I'm gonna cast Identify on Kensei's mask.
I was muted. You go through the process and eventually get, the information that Identify would inform to you. It is a mask that provides the benefit of not requiring food or drink. It provides sustenance for the wearer. That is it.
That's it.
Yeah, doesn't tell you. You don't find anything else out.
Strange. That your mask. The only magical property that I got from it is the fact that it can feed and can sustain you. It's got nothing to do with your inability to talk about your past.
What?
Your mask, the only magical property that I was getting is that it can sustain you. It's got that. Your mask, the memory and not being able to talk about your past is not linked to the mask, which is what I thought.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't really get magic either, but that's all I got for was that. So that tells me that something else is at play here.
Kensei's gonna try and, because that's news to him. he's gonna try and remember the first time the mask was put on him, and remember if there was anything else that happened there that he may not have thought about at the time because he was too distressed.
You flick back to that memory, a painful one, certainly. But you don't recall anything else. You don't recall anything beyond what you certainly remember. Certainly no hidden memory or specific detail that you missed that you can think of. What I will tell you is that Identify doesn't reveal curses.
We kind of we know that we found out that we have to kill your master. Oh, no, master. I don't know where mask come from. You have to kill the person who put the mask on you, yes, or put the curse on you, or we don't know it's a curse. Word vomit.
That may be difficult.
They are in the Pearl Isles, yes.
It's not that. There's more to it than that.
Oh.
I don't want to.
Push yourself. Don't push yourself. It's alright. I was just curious to see if it would reveal anything, and now that we know they are separate, it's interesting.
You see, he's going to continue with his writing for a bit, and he goes, "Would you like to learn how to speak Parisian and writing?"
You want to teach me something? Yes, I would love to.
Yes, I think I will.
I corrected myself.
Yeah.
As far as Aria knows, but yeah. Anyway, carry on.
Then Kensei's going to take her through the start of, I assume, many lessons to come of teaching Aria to write and speak Parisian.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I'm pretty sure off the top of my head it's like, I can't remember off the top of my head, so I'm not going to try and remember. But it is a process. But make note that you've begun to learn it, I guess. Okay. Well, eventually, as you go through that, and nothing happens in your watch, who are you encouraging to take the next shift?
Eredhel and Alistair, right?
Alright.
I'll go give them a nudge.
Okay, so you wake them both up. The two of you are able to take your rest if you wish to have it, and Alistair, Eredhel, I'd like you both to roll me a perception check, please.
Okay.
19, nice.
I can't
Nine,
roll above
okay.
a 10 today. Jesus Christ.
Well, as you take on your watch, is there anything you'd like to do?
I don't think there's anything in
No,
particular.
this is just.
Okay.
No,
So you spend
nothing comes to mind.
the time keeping an eye out, doing anything small that you'd like to do in that time. Nothing seems to happen, as far as you're aware. You do hear like the distant kind of gurgling of the swamp to come, but otherwise nothing sets upon you or your group in that time. And eventually you feel the need to awake some of the others for what would be their shift.
Okey doke. I'll go
I'm
wake
guessing
them
the
up.
next
Who you
one
is
is
waking up?
Storm and Gayak.
Yeah.
Storm Gayak, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes. So, Storm, Gayak, you are awoken by the other two. I'd like you to roll some perception checks for me as well, as you take on your watch. Now as evening is pushing in, and those slithers of light that protrude through the canopy above are now beginning to fade. 12 from Gayak and from Storm.
Oh,
Fine.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
this.
yeah.
Tripped at the
Well,
finish line.
Anything you'd like to do on in your watch?
I am going to like fly up and do my spell preparing ritual in the sky, in that area above the clouds. And then I think when I land, I'm just going to stand with my feet in the bog, and do a little. I don't want to use the word prayer, but for want of a better word, like prayer for Thrisk, and just trying to like fill the area.
Okay.
Storm would have like this to explain his lack of a better one, the word like bad perception check. You know, like his not being able to see. He's gonna have cast a kind of like mini illusion in his hand of like could strike his blade, and in the palm of his hand, like with major illusion, I think cast like a kind of bust image of someone from his past. And if you can see, it looks like they've got if you look in Gayak, they're like what's that, like a beige kind of like Bengal tiger style of coat with like bright sapphire blue eyes.
What was
rings
this?
in their ears. So he's casting like as if like a hologram, like a small major illusion in his hand of a tabaxi. He's kind of just staring at them.
Is this someone from your home?
Yes. Someone. I try to remember their face for a very long time. I don't even know if it's quite accurate.
Who were they to you?
A comrade, a fellow rebel,
A friend?
a friend. Yes. Last I saw them, they were fleeing. Things had got serious, and scared to think of what might have come of them.
I understand that fear, and mine has been diminished because I know that Rye is alive, so that gives me hope for everyone else. And
I think that's partly why I don't try to find out if she's still alive, you know. The image here of her in stasis brings me more comfort than a potential truth.
sure that wherever she is, as you have, she has found a way to survive. I was sure that Rye was gone, but here she is.
Yes. The spirits have a weird way of bringing us back to the things important to us. I fear I've neglected these memories for a while now.
I apologize for all the talk of the Golden Empire. I'm sure it must bring back bad memories.
I only wish that they... I don't know. I appreciate it. It's... The Golden Empire had the Junelands under their thumb for millennia. It's nothing new. It's not a recent conquest.
So it's all you know.
It's all generations of us have known, yes. Find that the stories passed down from soothsayer to soothsayer. Our territory grows smaller and smaller. The numbers weaken.
I can't imagine what it's like to have your home completely taken from you.
I think it's a sort of a bloodline remembering. I feel my ancestors' rage distilled, almost.
I'm not sure of much of the politics of anywhere, to be honest. I was sheltered away from it in the mountains, and then I hid away in Hilltop. But what is it with the Golden Empire? Do they just seek to expand? And what is their goal?
Expansion usually implies that they are using said land for their own people or something to help them. But let's just say they use the Junelands as a playground for experiments and resources. The undergrounds contain a lot of precious metals and gemstones. They ravaged it and used it as their spell bag, essentially, and then unleashed all sorts of horrors. It's the Majocracy, really. They go unchecked. So many individuals at play. When we talk of the Golden Empire, it's countless different families and mages that operate on their own agendas.
The more you talk of it, the more I understand the problems with bringing them here. Giving them an in.
I don't wish that about anybody. My people have known it for hundreds and hundreds of years. I see the merit in uniting. I just don't wish to see the aftermath.
Hopefully it won't come to that.
I hope so too. It's about nightfall almost. We think about getting the rest. Got a lot ahead of us.
I agree. Is that the last watch, or is there...
Yeah, we'll save just for the sake of brevity that it's the last watch.
Wake everyone up.
So as you begin to wake people up, as you feel like a reasonable time has elapsed, all of you have taken now a long rest. So it is now the dead of night in the swamp. You've rested through the day, and as I said, those rays of light have now faded, and the swamp itself underneath the canopy has been blanketed into pitch black. Those of you without dark vision, you see nothing. You can hear the sounds around you,
I'll use
but
my...
you can barely see a few
globe.
feet in front of you. As you illuminate the drift globe, you can see a number of mosquitoes and bugs that begin to fly their way towards you, immediately dart away from the light, casting strange shadows on the ground and up the trees. Despite the light of the drift globe, the area around you through the underbrush and beyond the trees is still dark. The contrast of the darkness there and the light now around you keeps it pitch black.
Just to aid with that, to give us more back and front lighting as well, Storm puts his 5 claws onto the blade, and you see it's like a electricity kind of magnetized on each claw, and he gestures his hand away, and you see these 5 small balls of lightning move around in a row, cast dancing lights. It gives a bit more lighting that we can move as well.
So illumination does fill the area around you, as those of you without dark vision can now see your group in the area around. What do you wish to do?
Yes, we keep moving.
Are we going to carry on moving inwards?
I cannot hear you, El.
Oh yeah, you might be muted.
You are
El's muted.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, yeah, keep going until we find a settlement.
Okay.
We can use the compass to go the opposite way of
Yes.
the way it's pointing.
Alright. So, as you head further into the swamp, you begin to notice how cold the air is now. You may be in a swampy environment, a canopy, but this far north it's getting really, really cold. As you continue to trudge through the night, you notice the soil begins to give way into marsh. As your skin touches the marshy water, it is extremely cold to the touch and uncomfortable. but it seems the only way to press on. From the darkness around you, you can hear the mysterious sounds which fill the air of gods only know what creatures. Perhaps stalking you. Perhaps going about their own daily business. But the night is certainly where things come to life here in the swamp. After about an hour and a half, as best you can estimate by your body clocks of journeying, you find yourself wading through kind of an expanse of water. A few clusters of land dot this stretch out ahead. As you begin to cross it, Eredhel, you begin to hear this hissing sound.
Oh no.
Well, that sounds like an alligator.
Everybody stop! I try and see if anything's moving.
Sure, roll me a perception check.
From flying above, can I also do a perception check to see if I can see the water
21.
shifting at all?
Sure, roll me an investigation check as well. Do you have dark vision?
I have the orb, so I guess I can just see as far as
But do you have dark vision?
No.
You don't, do you?
No.
Okay, I'm just saying because of the dim light. In terms of the dim light.
Okay. Oh, guidance. 14.
Okay, 14. Right, so, Aria, you don't see anything, but you can hear it coming from beyond where the light is.
In front of us.
To your right, it's almost like it's alongside you,
I kind of point.
which would be part of the expanse of water.
Right, I will gesture with my finger in that direction. So people keep an eye that direction.
Okay.
Do you want to keep moving, or do you want to see what it is?
I could always light up my scythe, maybe get scared off with the fire. It's quite bright, but it might attack as well. So
Yeah, I don't think aggravating the wildlife is a good idea. Perhaps we
Would
Keep
give it
an-
a wide berth and
move around.
get her that way.
We've got other things to worry about.
I'll kind of, knowing what I know, I'll kind of guide the group towards the left and give it a wide berth. Taking careful, slow steps.
Okay. As you begin to slow your journey through this area, keeping an eye out, I'd like a marching order here, just so I can get a gauge of where you are.
I'm at the front, and the fire alarm's gone off.
Oh, yep.
I think I'll be above Aria with so the orb is kind of at the front.
I'll be in the middle, I'll say.
Okay, so after Aria, like second.
Sure, I'll go after Aria.
All right.
I'll go near the front.
I'll go.
Okay, so you can say there.
I'll go kind of after the middle. So after Alistair, perhaps.
So Alistair. Then Storm. I'll put Zuko up there with you. I believe that's everyone. Oh, and Vargas and Rai. So I'll say that Vargas will take up the back, and I'll say Rai will fly kind of above, maybe Storm. Just to kind of get like an aerial position on both ends. So as you wade through, Storm and Zuko will. Well, I suppose Zuko's not here, but Storm, you hear like this sloshing of water,
Can I see?
and from behind you,
Oh, yeah.
you see this large reptilian creature with this long snout filled with rows of similar looking teeth to that which was shown to you, lurch out of the water and goes to bite down on Vargas. So I'm going to roll that right now.
Shit.
Oof, that's going to hit. I'll roll it. We'll see the outcome of that in a second as it lurches out and bites down on Vargas. We'll take our break.
Oh.
Hello, welcome back. So, before the break, we saw Ferra Carta leaving the Abbey of the Oracle and arriving along the border after a 2-day journey. Having seen what appeared to be an abandoned hamlet / outpost that showed signs of having been attacked or raided somehow, they crossed the river and began journeying through the Scaleskin territories, or otherwise known as Shrazkyst. As they did, they took a small rest, well, a normal long rest for the afternoon, for you had arrived in the morning, and now it is night as you press through the woods. As you did, you came upon a marshy area, and as you trudged your way through that water and slop, you found yourself, or Vargas certainly found herself, set upon by the jaws of a giant alligator, and that is where we pick up. So, I think with that it is time to roll some initiative.
Sweet.
So, I'm going to bring you onto a map, and I will swap over the screen momentarily.
Ooh, nice looking map.
So, you guys are positioned here, and you're heading down to the right. So, in order... Oh, are you guys on the map? You are. Alright, so, I'm going to put you on kind of in a rough order, and you can arrange yourselves, but just as a reminder, Aria was leading the group, followed up by Eredhel, Kensei, we have Alistair after that.
Ewan, just before you do anything
Yeah.
else, I think you've put the wrong one of Eredhel's tokens on because it says she's only got 72 points.
No, it's just not working
Oh,
again.
okay, never mind then.
Yeah, it's the one that's attached to your sheet, but it's... I don't know what's up with that.
Alright.
Followed by... Oh, Storm's already on there. By Zuko then. And Vargas, who should be over there. Behind. And we'll have Rai, who I said was flying up above near Storm. And finally, for you guys, is Gaiak, who was up near Aria. So, how high would you have been flying, Gaiak?
Probably around 15 feet above
Okay,
the
we'll say that
surface of the water.
Vargas is at the same height, 15 foot above the water. So, some of you have those sheets connected to you already. I believe Vargas and Rai have some of you. What should be in your sheet? Should be in some of your journals.
I have
I'm not sure
Rai.
whose.
I think I have Vargas.
Okay, well, I mean, you're free to use them if you wish. Otherwise, someone else can Jaeger them if you'd like to, as the term brought to you by El. And also, we obviously have Zuko. So if someone would like to run him, I'm actually going to move you all up just a smidge to there.
Let's decide by who does the most Zuko ooh. Ooh.
You're muted, El.
Yep, literally, as you said that, I was like, I'm fucking muted, aren't I? Yep. I'll take him if no one else wants him. But I don't
Who
have
does?
his sheet.
LOL.
No one else wants him. You won't have a sheet just yet. I basically rearranged the sheets to.
It's all good.
Oh. Whoa, that was freezing there. I don't know what was going on there. So I'll give that to Aria. Alright. So, are you two okay to run Ryan Vargas, or would you prefer someone else to do it?
Yep, I'll do Rai.
I've got sick.
Okay. Make sure they've got like any kind of long rest. Their sheets might not have been updated in terms of their rest since the fight.
Jesus, got so many hit points.
Oh, yeah, she's still level 8.
There she is, yeah. Alright. Okay. In which case, let's roll some initiative.
Above a 10.
This video brought to you by Manscaped. Right now, 20% off plus free shipping.
Perfectly meh as usual.
Not
Same.
good.
Can somebody please tell me how the fuck I sort out that point 16 on my character sheet?
Oh,
You have to go into... Oh. All of your cameras are frozen. The internet's gone, isn't it? Can you guys hear
I can
me?
hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All of your cameras are frozen.
Weird.
Oh no.
Hold on, let me reconnect.
Hang on,
and
is my
see if
camera
it was-
frozen?
shut up, Jack.
Okay, no, it's fine again. I thought it
Less
died. It's
sass,
fine.
more ass.
It's all gooch. Alright.
See, you wonder why I turned out the way I did with this abuse.
Less sass, more ass.
Did you guys click on your tokens?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
None of it has turned up in the turn order.
Oh,
Can you guys see anything in the
I guess
turn
we'll
order?
have to
No.
re-roll, eh?
Oh no.
I mean, I would like to.
I would love
Yeah,
to.
I'm just going to ask you to re-roll rather than going through all of you
Yay.
doing that.
Can I
again.
get... Oh, they've come out. They've
Oh,
there you
oh,
go.
they've
oh,
gone.
oh,
Just
yeah,
did, yeah.
Just updated it.
God damn it.
Oh, never mind.
How the
Oh,
fuck
goodness.
do
I
I get rid
rolled
of that
so-
stupid...
Average Joey.
5.16.
Yeah, I don't know how
Yeah.
to get rid of it.
It's the same on Vargaz's sheet.
What is happening?
What does it mean?
All your cameras have gone off again. Fucking roll 20, man.
20. Come on now.
Fuck me, I cannot wait to move away from roll 20. Cannot wait.
Yours just comes up as a 5 for me, man.
Yeah, yours is a 5 now. You changed it on the thing.
Alright, yeah, I
Oh,
changed
shit,
it for
How
her.
the fuck did I only get 5?
Vargaz,
Because you don't have a high dex anymore and will probably roll real shit.
Oh
Because
yeah.
then in Constellation I have a high dex and I
Welcome to
never
the
roll above a
fight.
10.
Hazuko's... Yep.
Welcome,
Alright, is
Eredhel.
everyone on there?
Welcome to the front
Zuko
line.
got a 9. He's right at the bottom. You. Coco, Eredhel.
Let's go with... I haven't used these dice in a while, that seems good.
Oh no.
Ooh.
3 here.
Like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
I need my monster manual.
Now it says you got a 20.16.
I know. The fuck?
Some cheating going on.
What the fuck?
Your camera is off, right?
Yeah,
Maya?
yeah.
Cool.
To hide her cheating.
Yeah, how did it change to a 20.16?
Through the power of psionic, all things are possible.
I am trying to
Yes,
get
yeah.
rid of that stupid point 16.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
you
should
need to
really
do
be
it on.
thinking about what
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna do
you're
with
now like
Zuko. What's Zuko got? What's he
changing
got?
your
What's he got? What's he got?
initiative.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow, can I see you rolled pretty poorly as well? Jeez.
Always poo-poo. On initiative.
Oh wow, this is crazy. Fair enough.
You've got a lovely proficiency with intelligence saving throws now.
All right, so let's pick this up. So I'm gonna rearrange the order. Okay, so you all will hear the sound now of this crocodile alligator lurching out from the water and biting at Vargaz. But before we get into the midst of combat, I need to know the sources of light here currently.
Okay, so we've got one dancing lights from myself, which is concentration.
Yeah, and my
Okay,
drift
so
glow.
you are concentrating.
Oh, bro.
Okay. concentrating on that. And what's the light on that? Are they just around you? Or
They're in a row, and I had them in a 5 row, so like skipping past each one. So we've got like
okay.
And the
they
radius
are
yeah. Radius is blah blah blah. Each light sheds dim light in a 10-foot radius.
10-foot radius. Okay.
Going like
so
1.
We'll just say
2,
10 foot around here
3,
is where it's going to be. Around that
5.
line, we've got 10 foot. Around you, Gaiac, you've got the drift globe with you, right?
Yes.
I suppose that's also a source. You have to use an action to move it.
It just follows me. Because there's a part that says that if I move like a certain distance away from it, it follows me.
Alright, so do you know what the range is on that?
I'll check, because it's essentially the light spell. So 20-foot radius dim light. Bright light, 20-foot radius, additional 20 feet of dim light.
An additional radius of dim light. Okay. So that's your lighting. Alright, so let's get into the nitty and gritty. So first of all, Vargas gets bitten by this alligator as it lurches out of the water, which is going to make its bite attack on her. Oh, it already rolled, didn't it? Which would I'll roll it again just in case, but I'm pretty sure that's going to hit her for a 24.
24 will
Whoever
hit.
is in charge of
that hits.
I guess. Nice. All right. Oof! Wow, this is a nasty little bite. This is. Actually, need another dice for that. I'll use that one. So. Oh wow, that's not nice.
Oh god.
That's some horrible rolls there. So. That is 21.
Ooh.
Nope. 26 piercing damage.
Ouch.
As one of the alligators like bites into her, and kind of she manages to hear part of it coming. As it bites into her, she slips away from the jaws, but you can see like the that green blood beginning to form along her shoulder.
For some reason, I'm a bit confused. On the token itself, it says I have 84 max health, but on my sheet it says 73 is my max. I'm confused.
I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there. All right. Which brings us to Rai at the beginning. So Rai hears this from behind. What is she gonna do?
She is going to dive down towards the alligator and go for a stabby with her spear. I'm on the wrong sheet. There we go. 19 to hit.
19 to hit on the alligator will definitely hit.
5 piercing. She does have extra attack. So yeah, she'll go for another stabby stab.
Okay. You can move that token. Right?
Yeah.
That token. You've moved it.
Yeah.
Weird that it doesn't already have the health on there. Oh my goodness. There we go. Nice. So she swoops down, pulling out the spear and plunging it into the side for 5 piercing damage. And you said that was the second attack was a 4.
Yeah, she kind of twirls around and tries to stab it with a spear for a 4.
Alright, yeah, it is difficult to see as she kind of swoops down, even though it's kind of like, at this point it's beginning to sink into the murky water and disappear. She manages to strike once with it, pulling it back out, but as she goes for the second swipe, it's beginning to like submerge below the water. which then brings us to Vargas.
So I imagine it's bit her in the kind of arm with a sword arm. She lets out, "Ah!" And you watch something happen here. As she, with like this pure, like lizard folk rage in her eyes, she goes with the next slash, and you see as her hand comes down, her sword ignites in this green flame, and she looks as surprised as I'm sure some of you will be too. She takes a slash into it with a green flame blade.
Alright, go right ahead.
Because you only make one attack with green flame blade, so you don't get the ability of the extra attack, I'm pretty sure.
Unless her subclass
allows it. No, I
specifically
don't think it
states
does. It also, so it takes just making just double checking on this. I should have read this before. 5th level. It only gets the extra 1d8. So where's the scimitar? There you go.
Oh, yeah, that definitely hits. She lashes out immediately, pulling the blade out. She catches it with this kind of burning green energy. 6 slashing.
And an extra 2 of fire damage.
Oh, wow.
Not very good.
Oh, is it only 1d8
I
fire
think
damage?
it is. I'm reading on here. It's, for some reason, being really strange.
It's very low.
Yeah, it does.
The green flame blade.
Yeah, on a hit, it suffers the attack's normal defects, and then you cause green fire to leap from the target to a different creature of your choice.
That's why. Yeah.
You can see with 5 feet, the second creature takes fire damage. Oh no, I see. Yeah, it goes on to another one, but it's only one target.
Okay. So, anything else from Vargas?
With that, see the pure confusion. She then leaps in to go through his neck with a bonus action.
Okay.
Hungry Jaws.
Oh, interesting. All right.
Oh, how do I forget about that on the sheet? Did I not put that on the sheet? That's annoying.
It's a bite attack, right?
Bite attack, yeah, I must have not
So
put...
it's strength plus proficiency.
Strength plus... I'll just roll d20 then. Plus her strength modifier.
Oh,
yeah, that's gonna hit. Yeah. Okay, it deals... Why does it say it deals its damage? It should give me a damage modifier, right? Oh, it's because it's just unarmed. It's an unarmed attack damage, isn't it?
I believe it's a D4.
D4
Could be wrong, but I believe it's a D4.
plus proficiency and
Plus strength.
Plus strength.
Plus strength.
Oh, not great. But strength modifiers, that is no, the 4. That's 6.
4.
6.
Okay. Oh, 6. Okay.
And then I gain temporary hit points equal to my Constitution modifier.
Okay. So Vargas, after taking 1 slash, leaps forward, her jaw extending outwards as she bites into the hide of the now sinking alligator, tearing away from it with a chunk of scaled flesh. She swallows it.
Sustenance.
Is there anything else from Vargas?
I think then knowing that, you know, she took a big hit, she's gonna make a move away from it. Probably move.
All right. I mean, it's gonna take.
It's mobile.
Oh yes. Never mind. So she is able to immediately sink away in the water,
Yeah,
which brings us to these alligators. So, firstly, this one begins to descend into the water,
I don't like how you say
and
alligators.
you notice that because the water is so murky, as it breaks the surface and it descends below the surface even, suddenly it is gone. The water is heavily obscured, but it is gonna maybe try and do something. Okay. Having nursed a wound, you can see it is thrashing slightly, and Vargas notices that it moves away from her, so she can make an opportunity attack if she wants.
We're going really well.
No, sorry, Rye.
Rye.
Sorry, Rye can make one.
Yeah, she'll make that. As she kind of like twirls the spear onto her back and sees it move, she whips out her rapier.
Okay.
22
Cool, that is definitely gonna hit.
for 11 slashing.
11 slashing damage. Yeah, that is, or piercing damage even.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sees where it's beginning to move and kind of waits for the right moment and sinks the rapier into the water. And you can see the water thrash as her tail whips out as she is struck deep into it. But it is still below the water. However, all of your passive perceptions are enough to know where it is. So I'm just going to reveal it again. It is currently underneath the water. And I'd say you see it beginning to swim up. Storm. It lurches out the water and goes to bite you. Which is going to be 12 to hit.
Yeah, just jump out of the way.
Alright, it tries to bite at you at first, and as it lurches forward, you duck through the water. As it splashes everywhere, it crashes into the water where you were, but you watch its tail flick round and go to try and strike you as well. Nope. That's I think 10. Yeah, 10 to hit. So you can see that the wound that it sustained has likely affected its ability to successfully attack right now. However, that's not all.
Okay.
It's cocked.
It's a big boy.
Okay.
He's got friends, probably.
Mama.
Oh, it's the mum.
Aria and Eredhel, as you see this alligator lurch out and attack Storm and Vargas, you begin to hear the sound of sloshing behind you.
Okay.
As another alligator erupts out underneath your feet, a Gaiac,
Time to King Kong.
and goes to strike at Aria. However, because you noticed it was there, it technically was not hidden. It's not gained an advantage on this attack. So it is going to try and bite at you. That will be a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Alright, so...
Uncanny dodge.
Okay, so you take 23
Hey.
piercing damage, which you can halve, to 12.
Well.
So as it bites into you, you manage to maneuver enough that it just catches just your leg, rather than it biting right into your torso, which you can imagine would be a much more deadly hit.
Mm-hmm.
However, rather than attacking with its tail, it now begins to submerge again. You are considered grappled now that it has bitten into you, and suddenly, as it descends, it goes into a death roll.
Oh no!
And suddenly, you find yourself plunged beneath the surface.
It's doing that thing.
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
That's nasty.
Can do. Give me 1 sec. Got chocolate all over my fingers.
Wait, I heard in another D&D campaign that if you roll alligators on their back.
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save. Yeah.
That's a 14 right there.
14. As you suddenly are whipped to your side, the breath leaves your lungs. You are now considered drowning.
Oh shit!
You can survive a number of rounds equal to your Constitution modifier with a minimum of 1.
1 minute.
So if you are not free from this alligator in 1 round, you will drop to 0 and be considered unconscious in the water.
Shit.
They're deadly
One
boys
round.
and girls.
1 round. You have Constitution modifier of 0.
So you said for a minimum of 1 minute.
With a minimum of 1. So next round, you will be the only round. Like, if you... So you can survive 1 round.
Right.
So next round is when... At the start of your next turn, if you are not freed from this,
Okay.
you will drop unconscious.
Gotcha.
Which means, like the rest of you, or Eredhel and Kensei, you can see Aria suddenly plunges beneath the water, and there's just a thrashing going on, and she is not surfacing. That will be the end of their turn. Which brings us to Alistair.
Alright, for the one that's directly in front of me, I am going to use the spell Blight. So
Okay.
it has to make it's a saving throw, and it is what damage? Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. And the one in front of you
One right in front
that
of me.
attacked Storm.
That's the one.
Con save. That will be, I believe, a 12, which I don't think is enough,
12.
right?
So yep, it fails. So it takes full damage from this attack.
Nice.
That's 48 damage.
Nice.
Jesus.
Fuck me.
Do it.
What's the flavour of this spell?
So as I see under the water, this one's under the water, right? Still, one in front of us.
It's
It
underneath
is
that way, isn't it?
beginning to submerge,
Yeah.
but it is kind of there.
As
It's like on the top. You know where alligators
Yeah.
and crocodiles sit on the water?
I sort of just put my hand out in front of me, and from Alice's fingertips, this black smoke just slowly extends towards the crocodile, and as soon as it touches it, the smoke touches it, it envelops all of its body into like this black smoky ichor as it's like saps away its life.
Notice how Hayden said ichor and not milk. It was that easy.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Very easy. Okay.
Come on, no.
Come on
You're,
now,
it's hard to, you're hard pressed to see how
calling it cream.
how much damage this has done to the alligator. But you do watch the you watch the scales grey and crust and go significantly dry on like the surface ones, and the irises kind of go almost like a milky yellow.
Alright, did I see
anything else?
Aria go down, like underwater?
Yes, you saw her disappear below the surface.
Would I know, do I see what that crocodile is, or no?
It is now underneath the water, so technically it is hidden. Or well, it's not necessarily hidden. You know where it is, but you have disadvantage on the attack roll
Yeah.
if you attack, for example.
I just want to get rid of this one at the moment. So I'm going to use my bonus action to summon my spiritual weapon next to the crocodile that's in front of me and try and hit it.
All right. It's been a while. I've just realised it's been such a long time
Yeah.
since we've seen you in combat.
So that's going to be a 26 to hit.
It's
with
the
8
whole
force damage.
round.
I still don't have a thing for your bloody spiritual weapon yet. It's been like
That's Wuthrog.
2 years.
That's the Wuthrog axe, right?
Yeah, it is.
Axe.
I just picked the first thing I could see on there. Bloody hell. Alright, so you should be able to control it in a second, so you can place it where you'd like to.
Cool. Change it to this. It'll probably be around here.
Okay.
So it's 26 to hit. With
26 hit will hit.
8 force damage.
8 force damage. Okay. You watch the axe swing round, or not the axe, sorry, because it looks
The
like an axe. The
scythe.
scythe swoops through the water, and you can see there is some kind of striking magical explosive nature underneath the water as it hits the alligator, and it's kind of like floating there. Even though the water is very murky, because of the light that's around you, you can see the brown murky water is beginning to fill with red.
Cool. Yeah, that's my turn.
Alright, which brings us to Aria.
Okay, I'm going for a ride now underwater.
So, it will be at the end of your turn. Okay?
But I'm still spinning.
So, oh no, actually,
End of
never
the round,
mind.
isn't it?
It'll be the next time of the alligator / crocodile, whatever.
Right,
I'll use them
dealing.
interchangeably in this.
Okay,
It's because of the stat box crocodile. The alligator's next turn is when that will take effect, not yours.
That's
So, you can. This is considered you being grappled, so you can use an action to attempt to escape from the grapple.
Free.
You can obviously do other things as well, but I'm informing you can make an action. You can use an action to attempt to escape.
Fine. Are my hands free?
Your hands are free, yeah.
Okay. Because not knowing how this is going to work underwater, I'm going to try and concentrate it. I'm going to try in my spinning stupor, try and find its nostrils. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shove my hands in them, and I'm going to see you like this. I'm going to cast Stinking Cloud.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
It just runs up to
And
it.
focus in from my
great.
hands to go into its nose.
Okay. And Stinking Cloud, eh?
Yeah.
You say to it, "Hey, pull my
Did
finger."
Arya basically just farted?
Yeah, this is how Aria.
You want to
farts.
eat me, huh? Try this.
try the poo poo.
It's a Constitution saving throw, so it's a big cracky dilly.
It
Man, I have
failed
a lot
my
of hit
one
points.
for 12, so...
I'll put it in the chat. Sorry, I should have put that in the chat. There you go.
Guess my nan was right when she said ladies don't fart. They just secrete gases from their hands.
From my hands.
I just got Stinking Cloud.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, because of the nature of the spell, you can do it, but it is I'm gonna rule it in the same way it would do with a strong wind. It's gonna last one round.
That's fine.
Because it's gonna disperse in the water, which is gonna be sloshed around. Alright, so it needs to make a con save, correct?
DC 16, yeah.
Alright, con save.
16.
You got 16. So it
Does that
saves.
succeed?
Yeah, that saves.
If it matches the
All
DC,
right.
it doesn't save.
It's a 20-foot cube.
Creatures that don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's only because you're casting it underwater, I guess it.
It doesn't
Yeah, I
say
get-
anything
you're
about if it saves, so I'm assuming it just doesn't take effect.
Yeah, I believe that is the case.
Yeah. That's
Unfortunately.
That's fine.
Yeah, so you cast this in the water into its nostrils, but because of the way that it's thrashing about, it just doesn't seem to find the purchase that you want it to, and quickly, the water flushes the stink away. It was a great idea.
Throw me up, damn it!
Anything else, Aria?
That is an action, I believe. Yep. Bonus action. Bonus action, I can't really do nothing, so I'ma just keep hitting it. Let me go!
Alright. Which brings us to Gaiak.
Okay, I know where this crocodile is, right?
You know where it is, but you will still have disadvantage in your attack roll on it, because it is technically considered invisible.
Okay. In that case, I am going to use a seeking arrow. So I don't make an attack roll. Choose one creature you've seen in the past minute, and it flies towards it. They have to make a dex save.
Alright.
And I know the location of it if it.
Alright, so The dex save is 12.
Well, oh wait, let me check my frickin' thing. Where is it? Where'd I put it? There it is. My save is 13.
Alright, so it does fail. So,
so it
takes damage.
It takes damage as if it was hit by the arrow. So that is 1d8 plus 4. So it takes 8 damage plus 1d6 force damage. So altogether that's 12.
Nice.
And I've learned its location as well.
Yeah, so you know that it is within... It's like directly beneath you.
Okay.
For the sake of this, rather than revealing it for everyone, pardon me, you just won't have disadvantage on your attack roll on it. How long does that last?
I learn its current location.
Oh, its current location. Okay. So you know where it is. You won't have disadvantage for the current moment.
And then to try and save Aria, well, I have to fire it first. I am gonna try to sharpshooter it.
Okay.
Come on, guy. 15.
15 will just hit.
Okay, so that's 21.
Manage to just penetrate the scaled hide.
And I'm gonna make that.
21.
I'm gonna make that a grasping arrow as well.
Okay.
So it takes 2d6 poison.
All right.
So 6 poison. Speed reduced by 10, and it takes slashing if it moves more than a foot.
Okay. 2d6. And. Oh yeah, it takes slashing.
Right. Yeah, so you see this, like, the usual explosion of brambles, but you see some of them kind of, like, peek up out of the water and kind of tangle back down as it wraps up the alligator. Okay, third extra attack, I'm going to try and sharpshooter it again.
Okay.
10.
10, yeah. This time, like, because it's thrashing around, the 2 arrows before met their mark, but as you pull the third one out and loose it in, a slosh of water bats the arrow off course and it just floats on the top of the murky base.
Okay. That is... I'll move slightly over there to give Kensei a little bit more light, and I think that's the end of my turn.
Alright, which brings us to Storm.
Not wanting to risk potentially hurting Aria, because I even think if it's not an attack roll spell, if it's a...
Kill us all, Storm. Electrocute the whole lake.
you could see if I could, with like a spell that isn't like a attack roll, but like, if you need to see it, because if I know the general direction of where it is, I cast it there.
Yeah, you can cast it in that direction.
So I'm gonna be doing it where I can see Gaiac shooting the arrows. Then.
All right, so you're gonna cast it like the water here, where Gaiac is shooting.
Yeah.
So Gaiac is shooting basically down below it.
Okay, so I'm gonna blade sing. See what as I like jump back from this spawn crocodile, strike my blade, take a dip back. So see if it can. See if it gets the attack opportunity.
Oh, it will definitely take an
Yeah.
attack opportunity. Yeah. It's not hidden. That is a natural 20.
Oh,
No, it's not.
yeah.
Oh, he's back! He's
But
back.
a 28. Will a 28 hit you?
20 is gonna hit you any
Oh,
any
it
all day of the week.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love doing that.
That's 27
Still no idea how hard.
piercing damage.
27 piercing damage. This is big boy.
Yeah.
This guy's
As it
hurt.
bites at you. However, when it bites you, you are now grappled.
Oh shit.
You still cast?
All right, I don't move then.
You can cast, but you can't move.
Ah, well, it's going on this.
You like jump. You see it's there, but focusing on where Aria is, you slosh through the water, but you're not fast enough this time. As you feel like your whole right leg being ripped by the teeth of this alligator, and as you try to move, you're held in place.
Oh, that changes things. That changes things.
It does.
Fireball.
fine. Just do like.
Hold on. I just need to. Yep, I'm gonna do this instead. As like I feel my leg grabbed, I bring my blade up and then like a wince, can't strike it, and slam the blade down on it with like a big pulse of like an electronic explosion on it. And we cast chain lightning.
You're gonna cast chain lightning.
Oh,
You're gonna cast chain lightning. Where? So that it jumps from one thing to another. Right?
I choose where it jumps to, though.
Yeah, you choose. You choose. Okay. It has to make a save, right?
Yeah, it makes a dex save.
Dex save. Alright. That is going to be a 12.
Done. Yep. Big sloppy fail. And that's going to take... 50 lightning damage.
Alright, I need everyone that was within 10 foot of the alligator to make a dex save, please.
Sorry, what?
So that is Zuko, Storm, Alistair, and Kensei.
a dex save, yeah?
Oh.
A dex save.
Oh, God.
Not very
Oh my
Oh
fucking
no,
God.
Zuko got a 7.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
So you notice as you strike the lightning at point blank into the water, it just, even though it's kind of this controlled thing, you're including it into a medium, it just explodes outwards, and suddenly the water illuminates up for a second as lightning streaks through the water to the areas around you.
Bad idea.
So it is only half of what it originally was, so you all take 25 lightning damage.
Goes the tank.
Throughout my entire like solo sessions, Storm has done the most damage to me.
25, yeah?
25, yep.
25, yeah.
Nice.
Storm, as you pull the blade out, your
Grizzled.
hair is all on end.
Absolutely frazzled.
All of your hair is like gone into static.
Well, I won't be leaping that then, that's for sure.
That crocodile dead?
Wash.
That he attacked.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, that
I
crocodile.
was gonna leap the lightning, but I think
dies.
we'll make a second judgment of that and not kill with you, the other
Arya
guys.
took damage from. Did Arya take damage from the?
No, it was Zuko.
No.
Being
It was
tossed
Zuko.
around like a ragdoll.
Zuko. Okay.
Uh,
I was going to ask
which-
if the other crocodile got hit with the lightning in water.
Oh, no.
And Eredhel
So,
was just
anything
stood in
else?
shock the entire time.
No, that's it.
I think the four of them were stood in shock, to be honest.
Literal.
Anything else, Storm?
No, that's everything. Yeah.
Alright, brings us to Zuko.
And there's nothing left to fight, is there?
No, there is. There's,
Arya's been taken underwater.
Arya's currently being drowned by an alligator.
Oh, I thought that was dead.
no.
No!
I thought the blight
He
killed
under the
it.
water.
Onward!
No,
Please!
that was the one that you just killed.
He under the water right now. That gator.
Big spot around!
Around the world, around the world.
So, what's Zuko doing? What's Zuko doing? Guys, what's Zuko doing?
Oh my gosh,
Who's
I'm
in
sorry, I
control
thought I
of
was
Zuko?
Jaegering him. That's
Alright.
me. I was so involved in the roleplay. Right, okay. He is going to... can he see the splish splash of the one that has Arya?
He might know the general location, yeah. He can see the splish splash, but he can't see the alligator.
Okay, he's just gonna throw some Eldritch Blasts in that direction then.
Alright, they are at disadvantage because he can't.
How many
can't
does
actually
he have?
see it.
2 or 3? Because he's higher level than
I
me.
believe it's 3.
I don't know.
I believe it's 3.
Alright, where's his Eldritch Blast?
Depends. Yeah, I think he's got 2.
Oh, he's got 2 on here. What does that mean?
It's 2 just separate attacks.
I'll just do... Whoa! Oh, wait, it's disadvantage though. So 20
Oh, damn it.
and 11.
Oh, it didn't count as an actual 20 anyway, so that's
Yeah.
fine. Alright, so, first one, roll me another d20. See if he, imagine he fucking crits when he's
It
not
counts, it's a disadvantage.
Ooh, you're right, it doesn't.
So it's a 20.
Oh, what a shame.
I know.
So it is a 20. Well, it does hit, so that's, how much?
7, I think.
It is 4, but he pluses his...
Oh, so
charisma,
you got
makes it
agonizing
5.
blast, so it's 10. No, 11. Sorry, I can't add.
It's 11.
Oh no, yeah, that 7's from the crit, I think, because it thinks it's a
Yeah,
crit.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
4 then. Yeah.
I was a bit confused there. So...
I keep forgetting that's really good.
Oh, but it doesn't add his charisma by those things. It's just a D10 roll, so you get
Yeah,
more
yeah,
plus
I don't
it's
think
whatever
He's
it
plus
is.
got
onto that.
agonizing blast like I do.
He does use it. Should be on there.
Jeez.
I mean, he uses it.
Okay, so that would be a 9 then, right?
Yes.
9
And the
total.
second one misses. So the
Yes.
first one strikes its target in the water and there's an explosion. The other one kind of hits the water, flows through, and now you watch that this bright kind of sparkling light dart past you and strike the muddy bank on the bottom.
Okay, that's his action. He's gonna move. 20. Oh, I've got the wrong one selected. 5, 10, 30. So he's closer to the group. And yeah, he's just gonna stand there and watch the water carefully and be ready for when it comes back up.
All right, Eredhel.
Sick. Is that Aria out or no? Okay.
No, Aria's still being attacked by the
Okay.
by the crocodile.
In that case,
Alligator.
I'm gonna dive into the water and I have my coat so that I can breathe.
Let's go.
You can.
I'm gonna
Yes.
jump into the water. Can I, like, I'm guessing with like the thrashing around, I can kind of head towards that direction.
Yeah, you can. You like get up close and you can see like the outline of the alligator like doing a death roll with Aria kind of being spun
Oh, that's
around
what
in
it's
the
right.
water.
called, isn't it?
Okay.
Definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, why were my sheep? Oh wait. How do you get your sheet to open up again? Oh, there we go. Got it.
You click on it.
Yes. No, it was in the small mode. It was in tiny town. So, I am gonna summon a psychic javelin and I'll chuck it.
All right.
Oh wait, sorry.
Uh,
As a bonus action to that, I'm gonna add my psychic fury to it, which is a bonus 2d8 of psychic damage if it hits, obviously.
Okay. Yeah. Make that attack roll.
Sick.
It is a normal attack roll because you can see it under the water now that you're there, but that requires you to have a swimming speed. And you have that, I believe. You have a swimming speed now from the coat, right?
Yeah, it does give you a swim speed.
Yeah,
right?
it gives you
Really?
a
Just want to check that.
really good in
I
water.
believe it does.
Where's the coat? I've got
I
it.
believe it.
In a straight vertical line.
Bottom feeder. Well, tune to the coat.
Bottom feeder.
Your movement. That's what it's called. Your movement
Feeder of
speed is
bottom.
not halved when swimming.
Okay, so it counts as having a swimming speed.
Yeah.
In a way.
You can ascend or
Alright, so-
descend 90 feet.
So just as a straight roll, a 13 will miss.
Yep. Thought so.
It sinks for us. You're not used to these powers yet. This is the first time you're really using it in combat, and you watch the javelin kind of spark out as it flows past the alligator.
We didn't
Okay,
see that,
cool.
did we? Because it's underwater.
You don't see that.
Ah, we didn't see
You
the
see like
stars.
maybe a faint purple light kind of dart underneath.
In that case, I'm gonna use my action to grab and try and like pull her out.
So you've already used your
I
action
get
to attack.
another one because I'm a 5th level.
It's so
Is that not right?
so
I thought it was 5th level barbarian that you get.
So so you don't get an extra action. You get an extra attack, which means when you take the attack action, you can attack twice. So it's still one action, the attack action, but extra attack just means you get to attack twice as part of one action.
Oh, could I throw a javelin?
So you can throw a second javelin
cool.
as well.
Right, cool.
Yeah. Kill it.
That one does hit. As you kind of take a second to like reposition yourself,
Is that
you
one
summon
damage?
another one and throw it. plus your. Oh, that's already plus your strength. Oh, wow, that's.
Wait, is your strength a 0?
No.
This is is this psionic or is this? This is
psionic,
isn't it?
yeah.
This is summoned. Yeah, I thought so. All right. How do you want to do it?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
What the?
Exactly
I
what
don't
you
know.
needed.
I didn't think that would do it.
It's exactly what you needed.
Okay. I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna chuck it. I was not expecting.
I don't know. I'll chuck it, I guess.
Chuck it.
I'll chuck it, I guess.
Okay, no,
Alright,
I've got
so
it. I'll make it up. I'll make it up on the
Okay.
spot.
Alright,
See,
alright.
underwater, because I want to flex this. Eredhel, oh shit, what's happened? What the fuck just happened?
Oh wow,
You
you've
accidentally
gotten...
back out roll 20.
I didn't
Oh.
touch anything.
Oh,
Cancel
What
that.
happened there?
What
You
is
might have
happening?
accidentally hit like the back button on your mouse.
How do you do that? Never mind. Okay, so you see underwater when she makes an attack, her tattoos like glow, and like what you can see from under the water is this on Eredhel's back, like glowing this like bright purple as she like throws the javelin. It's in the general in the Dirty 20 Live.
Oh.
the Kraken.
Ooh, very cool. As you throw the javelin, it hits the alligator. You watch its eyes kind of bulge, and then the scales begin to split and split until the head just explodes open. Obviously, the corpse begins to float belly up in the water, and Aria, you are no longer being thrashed around. However, for those of you above the surface, you do not. You don't think this is quite over. You hear around you the hissing of the continuation of like this hissing sound. I don't know if Discord would have picked that up or not, but it's like a it's a hissing. Anything else, Eredhel?
How far down was Aria? I was just gonna say I was maybe try and use the rest of my movement to like grab her and like bring her up to the surface.
Alright, so she was only like 5 foot under
Okay,
the ground
cool.
at this point. Where you're walking, like the water kind of goes from like maybe 4 to like 7 foot. Not 7 foot, sorry, like 3 to 4 foot deep. But you can see as you've gone under the water, there are patches that go like begin to descend, and that way to the northeast, as we'll call it here, where the alligator seemed to have came from. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer there. From up this direction, it descends into like 15 foot deep.
Okay. Just gonna grab her.
All right. So, in which case that brings us to Kensei. So Kensei, you've not been able to actually do anything against the alligators yet, but you do hear more of them beginning to circle around you in the darkness.
I can hear.
You take it up. You can hear them, yeah.
Okay. Can I discern which direction?
Roll me a perception check.
Would that take my action?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, then I'm just gonna. Looks like it's badly hurt out of everyone in our group.
Storm is looking
Storm took quite a bit of damage.
bad.
Yeah, from his own spell.
Storm was just too proud to raise his
I
first.
cried, and then his leg has a giant gash in it.
Okay. Assuming that they might go for Storm next because they smell blood, I'm gonna position myself close to Storm, and I'm gonna hold my action until one of them surfaces near me or him.
Ooh, nice.
Got my hand on my sword ready to do the whole quick draw thing.
Alright. So you're holding an action there then. Is that what you're saying?
Right, yeah, gonna hold my action until one of them surfaces near me or Storm. Within the striking range.
Okay. Alright. Cool. Which brings us to to Rye?
I think Rye is she's gonna get back up in the air and kind of fly closer to the group and kind of gesture for Vargas to come back to the group so we're all together.
Alright, how far up is she going?
I'd say back up to like 15 feet.
Okay.
And then can she use that action to just do like a perception check to see if she can...
Yeah, go. Yeah, she absolutely can.
Even just through like sound to see if she can work out what direction they're coming from.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Natural 20, 26.
Yeah. So, she's pretty confident that as she gets up in the air and like listens out. Over there! And she points up in like this direction towards where Vargas is.
God.
And then turns around and begins to point up in this direction beyond the darkness over here.
Okay, in that case, she'll fly a little bit closer to Vargas, maybe get a perch in one of the trees and just be ready with her rapier to dive down.
Alright. Which brings us to Vargas.
Oh, Vargas, right. She's
Sorry,
not near her at all, are they? They're not like. Would you? Rye said they are, but can she feel them?
Rye pointed. She'd have to not passively, no.
Well,
she'd have to roll a check.
It's not really Vargas's style to look for the enemy before attacking it. She's gonna launch a fury of blades in the exact direction where Rye pointed.
All right. She swipes at nothing and finds no contacts. Does she have dark vision?
She does, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So she can see dimly right now. Yeah. All right.
See, that fails. She'll move. She's not insane. She will move a little bit back.
She's persistent.
Yeah. True. She is.
All right, which brings us to the alligators again. Vargas sees over here.
Damn.
A alligator kind of emerge from the water and begins to like move quickly on the land. So that was I think it can get another 5, and then is going to use its action to dash. 10, 15, and it begins to submerge under the water again. Begins to swim around. You're not sure where it's gone now, but it kind of climbed over the mud and then back into the water. But you know that it's now somewhere like within, this area. It's like within that pool of water here. In addition, over here, Vargas sees another one coming up on the beach, but you know what I mean, like the
bank.
Well, the bank. Yeah. Yes, thank you. And it's going to continue up, and it's going to take an attack on Vargas.
God, I'm worried. These things hit hard.
They do hit very hard. That's going to be a 21.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah.
19.
Okay.
Piercing damage.
Not terrible.
But
she's grappled now, right?
She's not. Yeah, she is grappled. 10, 15. Yeah. That is all that is gonna. I'm gonna say. That's all that one's gonna do. As it kind of grapples onto her, and you can see it's beginning to. It looks like it's beginning to like move back into the water behind it, as it kind of grabs onto Vargas's leg and begins to drag her back that direction. In addition, you hear like the slopping of mud from from the right. B5. 30.
Are you muted, Hayden?
As an alligator runs across this bank.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We are surrounded by 3. Jeez.
5, 10, 15, 20. And then that's... So you hear like the splashing of water over in this direction. Yeah, it definitely has the movement to get all the way over here. Eredhel, as you're underwater, you see swimming through an alligator over here, which is technically still under the water.
Okay.
So I'm going to put it back there, but it is coming towards you. And it swims directly right up to you and goes for a bite. So, it doesn't get advantage on this because you can see it, it's not hidden from you. That will be, though, a 22 to hit, I believe.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah. I had a feeling.
I wish I'd raged last round.
For, surprisingly, only 13 piercing damage. You are grappled now,
Too
though.
bad. Okie doke.
But as it grapples you, I need you to make me a concentration saving throw. As soon as it sinks its teeth into your torso, it begins to spin around. But you saw it coming. Your breath is already held from diving under the water.
Got the
As it grabs you and spins you around, you do not lose your breath, which means you are not drowning. You can. I think you can survive up to a number of minutes, or you can hold your breath for a number of minutes equal to your constitution
the
modifier.
coat as well.
And you can breathe in water,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so you're fine anyway. It wouldn't have mattered. It didn't even matter. You're just grappled, so that whole thing didn't matter. So yeah, you can't be drowned. If you can breathe in water, you can't be drowned. So obviously, but you are being thrashed around whilst being grappled.
Rule of thumb.
Rule of thumb.
You're just getting swirled around, going like,
Quite from you. If you can breathe underwater, you can't drown.
Your lives are in my hands. Watch it.
Going like, why isn't it working? God.
Stop
Which brings us to Alistair.
Okay.
That's 30 feet. Yeah, because it was quite effective last time, I'm going to use Blight on the alligator that is attacking Vargas at this point in time.
Does it have range? I thought it was touch.
It's no, Blight is a 30-foot range.
I'm thinking of
Vampiric touch.
no, the other one,
Inflict
wounds.
wounds. So it's a con save, and I'm going to upcast it to level 5.
Okay. Con save. That is a dirty 20.
So it saves, so it takes half damage. So upcasting it to 5th level. So a bit worse than last time. So that's 31 halved.
So 15. 15 necrotic on that, unfortunately.
And how far can I move the thing? I think it's 20 feet for spiritual weapon. I can move
you
it.
can move it up to 20 or 30 foot.
20 feet,
as a
it
bonus action.
says. So, how far away? Yeah, that's more than enough.
Yeah, you've got enough room to move it.
And I'm going to move spiritual weapon up to here and try and give it a little whack with the scythe once again.
Alright, go right
A
ahead.
bonk.
A little bonk. That's a 19 to hit and 8 force damage.
Okay. Oof, nice. As the scythe kind of floats over the water, reels back and swings across as a blast of energy as it takes 8 force damage from the attack. Anything else, Alistair?
No, that's my action and bonus action, so that's me done for the round.
Okay. Aria. You are currently underwater, but you can get up.
Would like to get up.
Alright.
Okay. Is that going to be all my movement?
It will be like getting up from being prone.
To be half of it.
Because you were effectively grappled and thrown around.
That's okay. I will then...
Oh, I know what I forgot to tell you. Fuck. The water is difficult terrain.
Oh, yeah.
I'm mobile. I've got the mobile
So
feat.
unless you have a swimming speed, it counts as difficult terrain for you. Unless you have a feat.
I've
that
got the
explains
mobile
otherwise.
feat, yeah.
Most of you have been moving without it. Like have been moving anyway. Haven't been moving anyway.
So
Irregardless.
I think I'll just double check. One sec.
I believe you don't have to deal with terrain that.
Difficult terrain
increases
doesn't
your
cost extra movement.
Is that is that the same thing as mobile?
Mobile, yeah.
Okay, cool. Vagas is the same then.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. Can I see this one? Oh.
Which one?
This one here.
Underneath the water.
Which one is it?
Oh wait, which one? Which one are you looking
This
at?
one here.
Oh, the one over by Vargas. Yes.
Oh, the one on the opposite
No,
side.
the one that no one's by.
Oh,
the
sorry,
bank.
I see. Yes, so you can see it. It is in bright light for you. You can see it coming into range because this is the outer layer is dim light, and obviously you have dark vision. So
Amazing. I'm gonna cast. Then I'm gonna point at it and be like, I always wanted to try this. And I'm gonna like do finger guns, put them together. A little bee comes out, shoots straight towards the crop. I'm gonna cast fireball.
Fireball!
Hey!
alright.
Fireball.
This one on the land, yeah?
What time is it, Elf?
Alright.
Fireball.
So a
Oh, damn it.
dexterity save, which is a 13.
Is that 3 people in the party that now knows fireball?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, what?
It seems so.
Fireball party.
13.
Oh, that fails. Sorry, that fails.
Okay.
But they turned
Right,
into
that
Count
is-
from Sesame Street.
If it'll load.
8d6.
Oh, no,
I
they do.
pressed it. It's not coming up. Why? Oh, I just rolled it. Oh wait, I have to pick
Let's
level.
not
that's
imagine
fine.
that.
Yeah, pick a level.
33.
I mean, you haven't smelt any gases, I would have told you.
Nice.
It takes the full 33. Nice. You all, for a second, see like the illumination of that entire area as a massive ball of flame erupts out for a second before dissipating. You see, Aria, its scales have like blackened across, and there are like the underbelly patch, which is softer, is like raw. What?
You're laughing
Are you
at
at,
the
are you at that?
I had to stop myself.
Funniest gift.
The gift game is too
Check the
Okay.
general.
Just look, it needs to be seen. It needs to be seen.
What are you talking about?
For our viewers, there's a gif of a crocodile exploding.
So quick.
What? Oh, hold on, I've got to see this. I've got to see this. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Shall I put it in the other Discord so viewers can see?
Yeah.
Yeah, put it in the main one.
In the live on the,
In the live.
the live tab. Yeah. Crocodile
Anyway.
go boom.
Anything else, Aria?
That's me old action. I will do a bonus action, eye for detail, perception check to see if there's any more of these fuckers around.
Sure. Roll a perception check. Close.
21.
21. Let me just check. Alright. As you glance around looking to see if you can see any, you do see like the strange disturbance of water in front of you. As you can see the water kind of twirling a little bit, and as you look, you can't see through the water, but you're pretty confident there is an alligator directly in front of you, and you
Okay.
can hear the sound of one sloshing over in this direction.
Jesus
in sort of this space.
Okay.
You're currently surrounded by
Yeah,
them.
there's a lot.
Okay. I will,
Anything else?
Dominance.
as a free action. Getting surrounded here, guys. What are we doing?
All right, kayak.
Okay, I kind of look around. You know, there's an alligator here. There's an alligator there. There's an alligator everywhere. I am going to, seeing that Vargas isn't in a very good way, I fly a little bit closer to this one, and I am going to try and sharpshooter it.
Alright.
Yeah.
You're flying over...
Is that the cry that he makes whenever he shoots his bow?
No.
It's a 14 here.
14 will just hit.
Oh, thank God. So that's 22 piercing.
22 piercing on that one.
I'm going to try and sharpshooter again. Same one.
Alright, go right ahead.
Hey! Roll
Roll
another
another d20.
So that is...
Oh.
What's the max damage I do? It is... A sharpshooter.
I don't think it has any disadvantage. You don't have any disadvantages on any of these.
So that's...
It's not...
It's 8 plus 4 plus 11, right?
But
Yeah, my
roll
max
roll
damage
another
is
d20.
Roll.
Oh,
Roll another
yeah.
20. Oh. Ah.
Alright.
So that's
So-
at least 23. 23 is my max on that.
23 is the max. Okay. Are you sure it's 23?
Yeah, it's 1d8 plus 15.
It's 1d8 plus 15.
Yeah.
Why 15?
Sharpshooter.
Wait,
I'm very confused how you're working this out.
actually plus 10, but
Oh no, because what you're doing is you're adding the 5 on the side, but that's not what we're doing.
Oh,
we do the
yeah,
max
yeah.
damage, don't we?
Yeah,
but
you're
what
right.
you've also got to remember is that all damage doubles. So the 10 doubles as well. So you get an 18 on top of that. So it is 36 damage.
Hell.
gee.
Yikes.
And then my third and final attack. I'll sharpshooter again.
Go on, then. Oh.
So those two strikes, you managed to find a purchase in it, but that third one seems to be the third one as always.
Where is I don't know whether it's within 30 feet of anything else. So I want to curve the arrow and just try and like curve it. It has to be 30 feet away in like this direction, hoping that it will hit the other one.
Choose a square you want it to hit.
Okay, so I'll go for that square there.
Alright, roll me an attack roll.
So it has to be sharpshooter again.
Is it the same one or is it another attack? Even if it is there, I think, right? You rolled it again.
Yeah, it's just a separate attack.
Yeah, that. It hits the water, and you're pretty confident it hasn't hit anything.
Okay. I'm gonna fly it and land. Oh, but you need the light. Oh, fuck, okay, Vargas is in a really bad way. I'm gonna fly and land next to Vargas and try and make myself look like a tasty snack.
Okay, so you're landing next to Vargas.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do a little
Alright,
like.
so you're on the ground.
Wild chicken.
Alright, in which case brings us to Storm.
Okay, seeing they've got a lot of people. Oh, hold on. There's a big, thick brush. I can't see this alligator over here, can I? Oh.
You haven't got line of sight on it now.
Oh. Okay, I'll start moving.
Oh, indeed.
Oh God, I'm not looking good myself. I'm not gonna lie. Hobbling with his bad leg. Considering if I use a pot. No. Save him. Gonna move here. Can I see it from here?
22 to hit you.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
As you move around, you feel like this painful bludgeoning
Can I
whack on your
have I got time
legs.
to react?
I mean,
is it a surprise?
You can't see it. Is
Yeah.
the thing.
I mean,
It is underwater.
so just shield.
I mean, you know that it is somewhere within this area, as you are hit by its tail.
How much? Oh, fuck. So I can't use shield now because I have to know it's happening.
You'd have to
So how much damage
know
is
there's
that?
an attack coming. Yeah.
Consent with that, yeah.
8 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
But you need to make a strength saving throw, please.
Oh, bloody hell. Strength saving throw. Okay.
Wow, okay, fair enough. Like, perhaps it's the water that gives you some support here. As it kind of hits you, you're able to kind of float on it more than anything. You are not knocked prone.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
It would be weird in water, but I guess that just kind of means you fall over. But yeah, you can continue to.
No,
move.
it's around this area. Yeah, I felt it coming from.
You know, it's somewhere over there. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It has a long tail though. They do have long tails.
All right. Oh, this one closer to us. I'm gonna go for this one. I'm gonna. I don't wanna. I'm gonna behind it. Ah, it's in the water. No, can I see this one? Because I don't think I can. This would work.
You can just about see that one over there. Yeah.
It's far away.
You got line on that one now.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna try and thin the herd. I'm gonna stretch my blade and point my blade over there, and a small ball, like this fiery sun ball, sends that way. It grows as it gets bigger. It heads over there.
Okay. A
Makes it-
sunball.
Sun ball.
Well, it's sad.
All the sun. Tower flavour my
All
fireballs.
sun.
That's like a sun. Doing that
Okay.
5th level.
So another fireball over there.
Yeah.
So dex save. Nope, 9.
Okay, so that is gonna take.
Fifth.
The 5th level is 9, 10. Oh. 34 fire damage.
34. Okay. I mean, it takes the full amount of the damage as another second fireball blows up almost in quick succession to the other one. Red hot heat blasting out. You can see a number of mosquitoes and bugs dropping to the ground around this area where they've been caught in the sheer explosive heat. Anything else, Storm?
I'm gonna do it then. I'm
also gonna need you to make me a con save because of the concentration check on
yes, I will.
on the
On the
orbs.
lights, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't make you do
forgot.
it before because I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot to. Con save, I get advantage on it, and also blade singing. So I add, it says 10, and then I add my.
It's fine. The 10 is enough.
Okay, yeah, cool.
The 10 is enough. All right.
And then I'm also going to use my bonus action to drink a regular pot because I'm not looking good.
In which case, we come to Zuko.
Oh gosh, how bad are you? So
Very. Considering how much damage they do.
Okay. Okay. That's okay. So I was gonna do something, but it's gonna hurt you. Right. Yeah, each creature. I can't choose the creatures with an effect. Okay. Unless Zuko backs up 5, 10, 15, 20, 21. Wait, yeah, that could work. Wait. So yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, we'll go there. Zuko's gonna back up.
Okay. Can he move that far? Because he does he have
Oh, yeah.
way to because of the difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Oh yes. So no. So he was there. So 5, 15. And can he hear or see the rustling of water? Rustling.
He can probably see the sploshing over here, but not over here.
Okay. Oh, that's such a shame. I can only affect one person. Only one creature.
Well, I'd say because of the attack on Storm, he'd know that there is something over here, and it's kind of in this position. But, like, in terms of targeting, it is still disadvantaged because they are submerged in heavily obscured water.
It's okay. I mean, they need to be grouped up for it to be effective anyway, so I'm not going to do that. Instead, I am going to do... what does he have? I'm just going to do some Eldritch Blast again on this one.
Alright.
Oh, it's so annoying because that would have been really helpful, but they're all dispersed.
Which one is it? Which one is
The one that Aria fireballed.
Okay, right in the distance?
Yep.
Okay. Roll some attack rolls on that, please.
17 and a 23.
Okay. He has dark vision, correct?
Thing. I don't think Air Genasi do, but I've heard that they've been updated recently, so that depends.
It's not what he made the creature as. It's not what he made his character as.
Jesus. I don't think he does. I can't see it anyway.
Okay.
But he's got Devil's Sight, right? Yeah, he's got Devil's Sight.
He's got Devil's Sight,
Yeah.
so that's 100 foot of just dark vision that lets you see it like normal,
You can
right?
see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, for 100.
Alright, so he can... Yeah, so he can see it then.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah,
so
17,
that's...
23, both of those hit, so that's 6 plus 5.
So 11
11.
each, yeah.
Yeah, so just 22.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's... Oh! He shoots out 2 blasts. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
It explodes like the GIF.
Yay.
Finish it off. Nice. Very nice.
Very good, very nice.
Very good, very nice. Yeah, great stuff. Yeah, that'll do him. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll do him.
Alright, which brings us to Eredhel. You are currently being grappled underwater, but your breath is held. You can breathe underwater, so you don't need to worry about it.
Okay, so I'm gonna raid Ra. And then I am going...
What's your rage look like? I don't think we've seen you like rage in this new form.
Yeah, you haven't. So, basically, it's just like a little like... And like all her tattoos, like, light up.
Nice.
So I'm gonna rage, and then I'm gonna try and escape it by like trying to open its jaws.
King Kong!
Yeah.
Alright, so is this as an attack?
No, it's trying to like pull its jaws out so I can escape.
Okay, roll me a strength check then, please.
Fun.
Or athletics check, actually, athletics. Or acrobatics, but like, in this case it's athletics, based on your description there. Of course, yeah. You feel like where it's grabbed onto your leg, you duck your hands over, not having to worry about air. You grip either sides of it, either top and bottom of its jaw, and just pry it open King Kong style as you pull your leg free and throw its head to the side. That is your action.
Yep, that's cool. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I can do anything else then. I'm gonna move back up to the surface.
Alright. Cool. In which case brings us to Kensei.
I don't see shit, do I?
Well, I mean, you've got bright light. You can see that there was something that attacked Storm over here. You saw a tail whip out the water. You can't see the actual alligator, but you know it's there. And you can see like thrashing happening over here. So you know there are 2 alligators in the water with you right now. One is close to you, but you just can't see it.
Would I?
And then there is another one up by Vargas, which is bleeding pretty profusely.
I can't reach that one. if I went underwater, will the light from the orb still go through?
It would still be dim, but you could see under there. The only problem is once you're underwater, if you don't have a swimming speed, or you're not using specific weapons which are basically piercing, then you would have disadvantage anyway.
That shouldn't be too big of a problem.
Okay.
If I just stay in the same spot I'm in now and go underwater, how much move is that going to use up any movement?
I'd say to kind of effectively dive into the water, or submerge yourself would be at least 5 foot as a drop into the water.
No harm in trying. Okay, I'm going to do that and just see if I can see the alligator.
With the dim light, now that you're in here, it is lightly obscured in here, but you can see about 10 foot ahead of you there is an alligator right here in this position. I'll just put it on the map briefly so you can see. Right here.
Hello. Okay. Around about here?
Yeah, right. 10 foot to your left.
I'm gonna...
I'll put it on again.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna swim a little bit forward, using another 5 feet.
Okay.
Just to get close enough to it. I'm going to use a bonus action to negate the disadvantage and use a fighting spirit. 10, 25. And I'm going to go all in on it.
Okay.
First one. If I can remember how to click. There we go.
Whoa. Oh my god. Alright, yeah, that definitely hits. 8 slashing damage.
There's something strange about it being a 30 to hit, but 8 slashing damage. It's
it's just very accurate. Okay.
It's like someone
How many
saying,
other attacks?
You've got free ice cream, but then it's like, oh, but we only have pistachio left. I'm sorry. One more. Jesus, 29.
What's wrong with pistachio?
Yeah.
Sorry, let me.
Pistachio is like the best flavour.
Yeah, pistachio is amazing. Why did you miss to say that?
Mint chocolate. There you go.
I even like mint chocolate.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone pounced on Jack for that.
Don't worry,
Don't
Jack.
you
I
dare
know that you're
speak
right.
ill of pistachio ever again.
Everyone's
Pistachio
hating on
sucks
my
ass.
ice. I get out. And so the 12. So what?
Yep. I've put the damage on.
18. Ah, damn it. If only I could.
What could have been? So that's another 10 slashing damage.
And 1. Oh no, I can't because I used fighting spirit.
Yes, you did. Well, I mean, you could.
I'm gonna go. No, I'm gonna save that for now. It's better used all in one go. I'm gonna go ahead and use my last bit of 5 feet of movement to just resurface back to the top again.
Alright. You rise back up. Anything else Ken say?
I think I'm tapped, so I'm good.
Alright, which brings us to Rye.
Yeah, I'm right. I was just waiting for someone to, but she is going to kind of glide down from the tree, and as she does, she sort of spins and slashes with the rapier.
Nice. She gives me like Bird Zorro vibes. 21 will 100% hit.
For 15.
As she spirals down with the rapier, plunging it, it goes straight through its head, and the whole thing, it slams its head into the mud as its eyes roll into the back of its head, and it dies.
As that happens, she pulls the rapier out and slices an R into a nearby tree. She can't move before making another attack, can she?
She can move and then make an attack.
Yeah. Okay. Kensei has just been fighting the alligator over here, right?
Yeah. I mean, she would have seen like the thrashing in that area.
Okay. So she'll go and land, kind of next to Kensei, and with her rapier again, slash at where Kensei has been.
I hit it! I swear it's there!
18.
18 will also hit.
For 15 again. It's very consistent.
Wow, she is. 15 piercing damage. Alright.
Nice.
She plunges the rapier into the water and finds some kind of mark. She pulls it back out, coated in fresh red. And muck.
She just kind of shakes some of the red off and then prepares to attack again. And that'll be her turn.
Okay, which brings us to Vargas.
Vargas taking initiative off where Rai's going. She sticks the scimitar between her teeth and holds it in her mouth and then dives in the water. And you see like familiar.
She has a swimming speed, doesn't
Yeah, exactly.
she?
So exactly. That's what I mean. She's going in for the attack underwater.
Nice.
So she does that familiar crocodile alligator swimming.
Mhm.
And,
Underwater, she swims over.
can she see it? Can she get a view?
Yeah, underwater she can see it.
She's gonna position herself. Is it in this?
So, it is. Yeah. I mean, you guys are mostly over there now. I'll just show you where it is until it kind of hides itself again. So it's underwater, but it's here.
She'll want to do an underwater attack, so she's gonna move here and start slashing. It takes the scimitar out and start slashing it in, stabbing it in. I don't. Yeah. So is it a disadvantage if it's not if she's got a swimming speed?
I think because she's got swimming speed, it's fine. Yeah.
Cool. Not my sheet.
Not my sheet.
Not my sheet. I gotta be on the other sheet.
Hashtag not my sheet.
Hashtag not my sheet. 14.
14. And that would just hit it.
7.
Oof, nice.
And second attack.
Double hit as well.
7.
Come
7. No good, man.
2 swift strikes as she twirls underwater, completely in her element here.
And then she's gonna go for more. Action surge.
Oh, nice.
Forget it's a thing.
That sounded more like an order than a statement about yourself. Forget it's a thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's a thing.
That one just misses. So the third strike, because of the way that she's rolling, she swipes and the alligator has shifted its position.
And 23.
23. That one though does hit.
Because she's got 2 weapon fighting as well. She's got the 2 scimitars. Does that mean you can? I've been forgetting. Is that a bonus action she can attack with as well, or is
she can use a bonus action as an offhand?
Offhand,
yeah.
Yes. Indeed. Forgot about that. Yeah, so she can do another one.
Wait, she's been dual wielding this whole time. Her and
she's a dual wielder. She dual wields scimitars, yeah.
Dual wielding, brethren.
And yeah, there's the other one.
Yeah, that hits as well. So and that final bit of damage, 6. All right. She does a fair amount of damage to it. She slashes across it in multiple wounding strikes. Anything else from Vargas?
No, she's just gonna taste some alligator blood tonight.
All right. In which case, this one here that is underwater that has been struck at is going to use the disengage action, as it's clearly realised that it is outmatched by a greater predator, as it kind of darts into the water, sinking down.
Quick question:
and it's going to try and move.
Before it moves, I have a sentinel, but I don't know if I can hit it because I've resurfaced, so I don't know if I can.
You can. So you'll feel that it's moving out of your range. You'll have disadvantage, but you can make it the attack roll.
Sod it. Might as well.
Your fighting spirit, does it last the end of your turn or to the end of
my turn, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's disadvantage.
Alright.
Come on! Hail Mary!
I'd be very surprised. Yeah, you do hit it. It doesn't manage to escape. It's still there with the 9 slashing damage.
Doesn't that mean
You can see that it's trying to move to the left, and it begins to move that direction, and you slash through the water, managing to catch it, and its attempt at fleeing is thwarted as it forces it to turn around and back into that space that it was, so it doesn't move.
It only took 100 sessions to finally get a use out of that.
Yes, yeah.
I feel like you've got use out of it before, though. I remember you using it.
I never hit with it, though.
Oh, fair enough. Alright, so that's that one. The one here is going to... Oh, you're no longer grappled. But it sees contest in Eredhel. So it's going to try and bite at her again. Are you there, Eredhel?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool.
Are you there?
Alright. No, that's not going to hit because that's a 10. So it tries to bite at you again, but using your pure muscle, you just dart out the way underwater. However, the tail strike will likely hit for 23.
Yes, it will.
18 bludgeoning damage.
Is that
which,
halved? Because I'm.
It is halved because you're raging. Oh, we'll put a little symbol on you to say that you're raging. I've not done this for a while.
Angry boy.
So that is down to 9 bludgeoning damage. You do need to make a strength saving throw though.
Sick.
Yeah, I mean, tries the strike of the tail wasn't enough to like prone you, even though you're. Can you go prone in water? I mean, I guess you can, but it's not really the same, is it?
I like to think she just like pushed her arms up and it just like hit against like the sides of her arms.
Yeah, like the.
Yeah.
Or imagine, I guess if
Yes,
your
that's exactly
legs
what I
got
think.
swept
Yeah.
underwater, you'd spin. You'd do like a somersault underwater.
That's true. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Well, the prone underwater is like trying to right yourself.
Yeah.
All right. So that is not. Is that all of them? Alistair.
Alright. I is going to move to this position, right next to Storm. And I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and cast Cure Wounds at 4th level.
It's been a while
Oh.
since anyone's had
Yeah.
heals.
Oh, to feel your touch
We
again.
missed this.
Sweet, holy, unholy touch.
It's still holy, just differently holy. And you got 15 plus 7 healing.
15 plus 7.
And also, who has taken like damage out of like everyone here?
Taking a bit.
I've taken damage, but I'm doing good.
Just because I don't know how many there are, I'm going to then use as a bonus action Mass Healing Word. And I can choose up to 6 creatures within a 60-foot radius of me to heal.
I've not taken any damage, so don't choose me.
So it's
I
gonna
haven't
be.
taken that much either, so don't worry about me.
Well, I choose as Raya taking damage.
No.
That's
Oh,
going to
she's
be
not?
Vargas, Storm.
She has. She took damage at the beginning of the fight. She's been bitten twice.
She?
Vargas.
Right.
Oh my god.
No, Rye's
I thought-
not been here, I don't think, right?
No, Rye's not been here.
So it's going to be
Right.
Vargas, Storm, Eredhel, Aria, Kensei, and me. I think that's 6. That's 6. Sure, let's say
Yeah.
6.
You. Vargas,
How much max
Kensei,
health is Gaiac?
Storm.
Rye, I mean, Rye.
Max health?
Yeah, just check it.
76.
Okay.
Right.
So we get an extra 6.
No, I'll roll for the mass healing word.
Oh.
So you get an extra 6 health. So
Manifestation.
6 healing
Three,
to
four,
all of
five,
you
six.
people.
It was me again, right?
Yeah, you again.
Thank you.
And that's my turn.
And Vargas, you said as well, right?
And Vargas as well.
Perfect.
All right. Aria.
So the coast is clear for the most part. Do I see any splashing?
Yeah, right in front of you.
Right. Oh. Wait. Wonder if it's
Do you see
worth on a-
splashing? Well, if you look down,
Oh. They have to understand my language. Probably.
You speak to him in Draconic.
Do I know that alligators can speak Draconic?
I'm just
You've never faced alligators, I guess.
Yeah, I've never
he's
come
fucking
across
fast
a
on these guys.
Who knows?
It doesn't say that they have to.
What's the spell?
Suggestion.
Suggestion?
Yeah.
Pretty sure it says they have to understand your...
See, that can't be a suggestion. Must be worded in a manner that makes course factors sound reasonable. Ask the target. Suggested course factors continue. It doesn't say anything about languages.
On suggestion. Let's have a quick gander.
Magically
Suggestion.
influence a creature you can see within range that can hear and understand you.
There you go. Yeah. So
Never
it
mind
needs to
then.
be in order to understand.
Alright, I will see where it is and kind of like circle around it, not leaving its area of attack, but like just circle around it and then kind of leap. And I want to jump on it and slam a dagger into it. And kind of like so that I'm in a position where it looks like I'm riding the alligator.
Alright, you can certainly try and make an attack roll.
23.
That will hit.
Or 8
For 8
damage.
piercing. Alright, pretty sure this is the first damage it's actually taken.
It's not. It's technically not engaging with any allies, is it?
It is.
So I can add sneak.
It's engaged with Eredhel. Yes, you can.
Extra 13 sneak. And I'm just gonna stay there on its back.
Alright. So 13 sneak attack on top of that. Cool. Alright, you're kind of there, I guess, kind of like riding for flavour.
Woo!
Alright. Kayak. Oh, did the stream
Imagine
just
Arya
drop?
just like controlling it like Remy
Please
does.
tell me it didn't drop. Okay.
Is the stream okay?
Sorry. Yeah, the stream's fine. The stream's fine. I was just checking. Kayak.
Okay, I am going to, I guess, start firing in between, like at that space in front of Kensei and Bry.
Okay.
Sharpshooter, why not? Will
Alright,
this be
alright.
disadvantage?
It is a disadvantage.
Okay, I believe.
Oh!
18 does hit
Still
for
hits.
23.
23.
Yeah, the one arrow in under the water. You see like a final splash as a tail flips around, and then this crocodile corpse like floats up, belly up on the water.
Nice. So I just do a little flyover and land on the opposite bank. He stayed.
Nice, nice. Okay. Anything else from you, Gayak?
Oh wait, there's another one in there.
Yes.
I was actually it was the end of the fucking encounter. Ugh. Okay, in that case, how far did I just fly? I was there, I think. Okay, I've still got a little bit of fly left. Yeah, I'll fly next to Kensei.
Buddy.
And have I seen where Arya's been attacking in the water? She's
I mean,
riding one
Aria's
right now,
currently
isn't
like riding it.
Oh.
Like,
Okay.
she's kind of sloshing in the water. She's coming in and out of the water.
Okay, trying to be very careful not to hit Arya. I'm gonna be aiming at like just in front of where her blade is.
Right. If you get a natural one though.
Sharpshooter. 14.
That would just hit. Yeah.
Okay, 17 piercing.
Okay.
And my final attack, sharpshooter again. 22.
Oof, nice.
20 piercing.
Yeah, those two arrows find perfect purchase in the soft underbelly of the alligator as it's writhing around
I
underwater.
like to think that the first one kind of like hits, and then the second one splits the original arrow, and the third one
nice.
splits the second arrow,
Ooh.
just right above where Aria's blade is.
Well, I think you only did shoot 2 arrows.
I did only shoot 2 arrows, but the third one in spirit split itself.
Arrow.
It just opened itself up. It got ready. Anything else, Guy?
No, that's me.
Alright, Storm.
Looking around, they've killed that one over there. We killed that one over the bank. That was the only one accounted for, right? The one they're fighting, or was
As far as you can tell, yeah.
Seeing Eredhel's over there, and they're right next to me, and Aria's over there. I'm gonna strike my blade, and up go like 6 of these small lightning dart. No, they're force darts. They're not really lightning. They're just flavored as lightning. I'm gonna magic missile it. They're not really lightning.
Alright.
They're not really. They're magic missile.
I promise.
I promise. No.
Father, please.
Please don't banish me.
I promise, bro. I promise. I'm
I'm doing it at 4th level, so what is that? A D6 for each level higher, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so at 4th it would be...
So it's 3 for the second level, isn't it? 64, yeah.
3 at first, yeah.
64.
2nd, 3rd, 4th, yeah.
64.
Plus 6?
Oh yeah, there's
That's 1 for each. Yeah.
plus 1 for each, so plus 6, yeah. Oh, that's alright then. Tasty number.
So, 21.
Tasty little number, that.
That is a tasty number. Alright, the 6 starts fly through the air like seeking missiles as they sink down through the water, and there's just explosions as water like explodes from the surface where it is hitting the alligator. Anything else, Storm?
No, that's all Storm will do.
Alright, it is Zuko's turn.
Right. Gonna blow your guys' minds with this, and he's gonna hit him with a couple of Eldritch Blasts.
Oh!
God damn it. She's done it again.
Alright,
The one that
they
Aria's
will be
on top
at
of, yeah.
disadvantage.
Disadvantage, yeah?
Yeah.
13 and 11.
13. Oh, there we go. Yeah, both of those are unfortunately going to miss it. He kind of like stumbles backwards, trying to see where all, like everybody is firing, and shoots the Eldritch Blast, but they just fly through the water, but don't
Not having
find
a good time.
find a hit.
He's getting his shoes all muddy, he doesn't like it.
I was thinking that, yeah.
Exactly.
Doesn't like the mud.
Don't like it, too dirty.
Which brings us to Eredhel.
Okay, so I'm going to try something new. I'm going to swim at the alligator with my sword. Wait a second, what am I doing? Somebody played.
Did Eredhel's accent change as well after?
Maybe. Maybe it does. Okay. Right, so I'm gonna try and hit it with my sword.
Your souls?
My sword. And
My soul.
my soul, and if it hits, then I'm gonna add the Psychic Fury to it.
Okay.
Hey!
That will hit.
That's 8 plus 2d8 Psychic.
Alright. How do you want to do this?
Hey! Okay, so just gonna swim over in the water with her like sword in hand, muscles glowing with that purple energy, and her sword lights up purple, and she's gonna come right where Aria has got the blade stuck into its head, and she's gonna come and with one fell stroke she's gonna behead the alligator.
Oh, nice. She brings the blade around with a fury and strength, cutting the head off right down the spine, out through the gullet. The head parts from its neck. And that is where combat ends. So, you stand there in the middle of the swampy marsh area with the corpses of these alligators now kind of floating around you, as you manage to catch your breath for a second, but before you can do too much else, you hear the sound of rustling and snapping around you, as suddenly from the trees and the bushes around 1, 2, 5, 8, 15 lizard folk warriors emerge, their spears and blades held in a position ready to strike. They're caked in mud, wearing scaled hide armour fitted with nasty looking animal teeth. Their weapons appear fashioned from the bones and teeth of a powerful beast. And as they stand around you, encircling you now in the marsh, that is where we will end this session.
Nice.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Yes. So, that was the session. Thank you for joining.
That was my performance. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for everyone that has watched today. As usual, Woody and Pete, thank you for jumping in. I believe we will be here next Sunday. I'm pretty confident. The Sunday after that, however, I'm unsure on. I think we may... that's up in the air at the moment, but next week is definitely is a go-ahead, assuming the rest of the group can make it. Before we sign off this fine eve, let's just go around and mention some of those wonderful other people that do things. So, Sam, would you like to go first?
Yeah, Sam JKP on YouTube and Switch. Again, Pokemon, but there's going to be a lot of other bits and bobs coming up. Also, tomorrow is my birthday. I'm currently figuring out what's going on, but might be streaming tomorrow morning. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys there. Come and watch. It'll be a good time, I promise.
Awesome. Maya, do you want to talk about what you do?
Yeah, I sometimes do a bit of streaming over on Animea, play a bit of Genshin, some other stuff as well. Come and check it out.
Coolio. And Jay, do you want to talk about Star Wars real quick on Monday?
Yes. So come on down on Mondays, 7 p.m. bullshit time, as we're calling it now. We're getting ready for the
Jay's calling it
heist of a century. That heist of a century, the galaxy, thousands of stars converging on this moment where we get to go to Hoth and we get to steal some Empire tech. It's gonna be fun.
Come on, Bandit.
It started off so normal.
I know. It started strong, but
ended weak.
Jay,
and obviously, Lambent Rain is where which also
and Natural
streams,
Wonders.
some personal stuff.
Yeah, didn't even say the Natural Wonders.
I didn't even say Natural Wonders. Yeah, Natural Wonders, Star Wars.
I want Jay to do
check
that
out all
voice
those links.
like Danny.
We've loved playing today and having you guys around. So hopefully, we'll see you again soon next Sunday. Until then, remember to stay dirty.